6 o'clock and check in. Come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's not static AM radio. It's the Cool Bed Red Hot Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromella intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in. He's your dealer for life. Let's crack at 6 o'clock and log you with some sirloin bites.
Good morning, everyone, and it is a road show, Dusty and in fact, it's a road day here at Edmonton Sports Talk as we have brought the whole crew out to South Fort Chevrolet. The Nielson Show from 6 until 9 today. The Hangout. Maddie's got to make sure they've got enough mics and everything today for the Hangout, I guess. The Hangout today, live right here from 9 to 11. The Lock Shop from 11 to 12. With the Lock Shop, we might be able to win you enough money today. You just come down and buy a vehicle.
Wouldn't that be something? Yeah,
hey?
People helping people. Yeah.
Huss has been red hot. Huss has been red.
He cannot be stopped.
The wheel is just.
Oh, the wheel is just.
The wheel hits a Drake London touchdown and no sweater.
No sweater right off the hop. Yeah,
that was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. So, yeah, no, that was pretty incredible. I love how
you speak about crew, though, and I know that there's a few more shows to come that you didn't mention, but the Combine.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's been the highlight so far.
It was about 5:35. And we're setting up. We actually got here. They got us a hardline internet connection out here. It's like we're doing the show from like inside the internet.
Daniel's
that's how cool it is. Yeah,
he's digging in.
Yeah. Daniel's here. Let us in today. It was. See the car he's driving? Holy smokes, beautiful. Anyway, I look up and like in the building, Norman of Combine's just standing here like 5:35. I was like, hey, I wasn't sure if I was. I was wondering if I was imagining him. But Norman of Combine was out here that early, dropped off some sausage for us. Nothing like a 6 o'clock road show in Fort Sask. And we already get like, this is what they do in the fort. Just very polite people out here. So yeah, we got the sausages dropped off. And then Norm goes, have you ever had a donair in the morning? And he pulls one out of his hoodie.
He birthed it.
And he's got a donair. I was like, what are you doing with that? He goes, I got it last night. I was thinking of eating it this morning, but I might not eat it till after I get some sleep. So a conch for Norman at Combine who comes by the store
number one
before we even start. Which is pretty awesome. It's nice. How was your drive? How was your drive out? Is it from my house on the west end to get here today? It was, what time did I left the Hamptons at 4:51 and I got here at 5:18.
Really?
Yeah.
I left at about 4:20.
Yeah.
Got here around 4:55.
Okay.
And waited another half hour in the coffee line.
Oh yeah. Well, I had left my house at 4:40, but I got stuck in a line.
Yeah.
Some guy came up to me today when I was at the drive-thru this morning and gave me 4 loonies and was like, can you buy me a breakfast sandwich?
Okay.
Because they won't let me because he was like a homeless guy or he didn't have a vehicle. I said, yeah, you know what, man, I'll do that for you. So I got him a breakfast sandwich.
A little change.
And then I gave it to him and I gave him back his $4. I said, this one's on me, man. It was great. Then he asked me for a business card and I drove away as fast as I could. Because I was like, I don't know, like, I'm not sure what happens there. Plus, I don't have business cards. But yeah, it was real nice to hook a guy up with a sandwich this morning.
Today,
you know,
if they didn't have enough people.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I'll tell you. You know, I said, you know what? Give me your number. Maddie will call you. We'll get you on the hangout. We can talk about the sandwich.
MattAtEdmontonSportsTalk.com.
But, I think there should be a policy where you could walk up to the window, really.
We've all been there.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried to walk up to a
early
drive-through window
mornings.
before.
Yeah.
Different situations, though. There's a difference between me going up there hammered at 2:30 in the morning and a guy at like 5 a.m. who's just looking to get some breakfast but doesn't have a vehicle,
If he got the money.
He had the money.
The money
He had
talks,
the money.
baby. The money talks, regardless of the time. And what
Seemed like a pretty nice guy, like approached me nicely. And so, yeah, it was a nice little conch for that guy today. He got a nice breakfast sandwich. Hey, if you're watching over on YouTube today, I've got live thumbs ups today because I got the iPad out here and I can see who's like. Well, I can't see who's liking. I don't think. Maybe later on I can. But we're at 28 likes. I'm going to be number 29, and let's hammer that thumbs up. Let's hammer the thumbs up. The Oilers wrap up the preseason tonight. How exciting is that?
Yes, that
oh boy,
thumbs up.
So when I was driving out here today, drove past. What do we call it? We don't call them a prison anymore, right? It's a remand center.
Sure.
What's that? It was on the left coming up. And
where your dad used to work.
Yeah, well, not there, but he worked at a very small jail in Cranbrook. And all I could think of as I drove past the remand, two things I thought when I drove past the remand center today. One, do they have a fantasy football league? And is somebody trying to spite win it? And two, I wonder what they're having for breakfast today. What do you think they have for breakfast at the remand center today?
Probably not as good as the gentleman you helped out there with the.
No, I mean, he's living a better life.
He's living the sweet life, but
he's a free man.
What do you think? Like
I don't know.
Full English.
I know when my dad worked at the jail in Cranbrook, they would get pancakes from McDonald's.
Well, in Saskatoon, if you had to stay overnight in the drunk tank, you would get a little McDonald's as well.
Yeah.
To leave they'd give you the bag with all of your belongings in it, and then the.
It's a great idea. That's a good business move for McDonald's.
Yeah.
I think that's really smart. But yeah, I wonder. Somebody must know. Do we have anybody listening on YouTube or listening on TuneIn or iHeart? I believe iHeart is a remand center friendly app. So if you're in there right now, let us know what's for breakfast today because I'm kind of curious. I also got a lot of time today for the guy who's in the nasty chat this morning and started the show with good morrow. I like.
You wanted to throw all the German sayings.
Guten Morgen on Oktoberfest celebrations. Look at this guy. Eric brought a hat.
I got a hat. It's a funny hat. Doesn't really fit my head. Though,
look what I brought.
Over the. Yes. Where is he?
This is the closest I've ever been to being a Rambo. Boom, boom, boom.
Wow.
For those of you who are listening on TuneIn or iHeart, I brought Nerf guns today. Here, I brought you one too. This is part of the X Shot series. Marshall would only get. I didn't stop and get my own ammo. Marshall only gave me 10 bullets. He limited me, and I said if I lost, I said if I lose them, I'll buy you more. And he says if you lose my 10, you buy me 20. I said, you know what? Fair deal.
The shoot and collect.
Fair deal. I got a couple handguns too.
Bag them and bag them.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Can't wait till
look at this little guy. Sure shot. Boom,
boy,
boom.
Put that in your.
This is my John Wick gun. Boom.
Got a little holster down
Take
there.
that.
Remember, we got a
yeah. All right, we got Daniel from South Fort Shiv here. Boom. Anyway, I loaded up. I brought my arsenal. We'll get to that as we work our way through the show today. As well, we got preseason action tonight. If you like that, give us a thumbs up over on YouTube. You know what's probably the best part of my day driving out here? Listening to the Reed Wilkins Show replay on Edmonton Sports Talk.
It's like our new ESPN
That's
radio.
The thing. That's the thing. Like we used to always listen to ESPN radio on the way in before, and then I'd fallen out for the last year. And but now every morning I'm in the truck. Obviously, Edmonton Sports Talk automatically starts. And Reed and Jay, it's a great show. I say it all the time, but if you've not yet listened to the Reed Wilkins Show from 3 to 6, I think it's some of the best radio that's ever been done in this city. Like Reed Wilkins with the reins off, just cooking. I mean, it's a brilliant thing. It's a brilliant thing. If you've not yet checked out the Reed Wilkins Show every day from 3 to 6, did his sports limericks yesterday. They were hilarious.
I made Joaquin Gage spit out his food as he texted us.
What was that? Do we know what that was?
Yeah, I mean, could probably drop in any time during the show and have that type of reaction. But
if you know, you know, right?
Gage ain't spitting out food. Like he likes a good meal. And
Gage loves food,
and so he's not spitting that out just on anything.
Let's see. Omaga on YouTube says, guys, I just liked while I'm driving, risking my life for the boys. Listen, man, we love that you're watching on YouTube, but you can listen on TuneIn and iHeart. So you don't have to watch on YouTube while you're driving, right? You can stop later, give us a like. But we don't want people watching on YouTube and driving, unless you're one of those Teslas that has a huge ass screen.
Yeah.
And then you're just driving, you just watch on there.
Matt Hyman says yesterday's Reed's off-topic topic was interesting, so perhaps that was the time where Gager...
Was that what it was? Anyway, if you know, you know. Like, if you already have checked out the Reed Wilkins show, I'm sure you're locked in every single day. But if you have not yet, I'm telling you, you will thoroughly enjoy it.
Edmonton Max. Now we're being educated. That's the
that's what it's called.
For the Edmonton Max.
Okay, Edmonton Max.
That was the name you wanted
facility.
to be called if you chose your other name.
If I got to
Maximilian
choose my own
Maximus.
name, I was going to choose Max for Maximus from Gladiator. Spoiler alert, it didn't necessarily end well for him. His entire family got murdered, and then he got killed by the very man that he was trying to beat. But still, I like the name. What do we got here? Morning, guys. It's actually Edmonton Max that you drive by now on Manning all the way to Fort Sask. Edmonton Remans on 127th. Okay. Their breakfasts aren't great. I'm sure whatever anybody has for breakfast is better than what they have. Good day, fellas. Yeah, I mean, probably. They are in prison. They shouldn't be eating better than us free men.
No.
But
Sickler chimes in. Morning, boys. Hitting the road early for a meeting in Red Deer. Get to listen to most of the show today, and I'm jacked. You guys are effing awesome. He does the McDavid swearing the full word. Have a great day. Cheers, Sickler.
Sickler pretending he has a job, eh? Oh, driving to Red Deer for a meeting today. As he leaves, his wife's like, he doesn't even have a job.
Crackers in the briefcase. Yeah.
Drive safe, Sick.
Yeah.
What we'd like you to do is bring up the show on YouTube and hammer the thumbs up while you're driving.
Yeah.
Just kidding. National White Court says, guys, they eat pretty much the same food as hospitals. I've never had an overnight stay in a hospital, so I've never really had the benefit of eating that food. Yeah. I feel like it's probably pretty lame.
Depending on your procedure,
so I'd probably be okay with
you
it.
want some cooler foods, maybe if it's a...
Here we go. Brad from Crossfields, and it says, my buddy is a dietitian for the Canadian institutions. I can ask him what's for breakfast. Do it, Brad. Like, what a cool job. What do you do? I decide the different diets that prisoners get.
JCD 780. When I went to jail, all I got was a cold high guard pizza sub, which is
now that's something I'd be going to jail for.
That's not bad.
Those were basically, that meant I was in jail for about a year in Fort Mac before I met my wife.
Sounds like a shuffleboard tournament at Uke's place.
Oh, they're so good. Jocelyn's in and says, guys, my son is a corrections officer at the Max. The food there is garbage.
Well,
damn. That's a tough one. Whatever.
That's a tough one.
I should text my buddy the Mikester. My buddy the Mikester.
Everybody eating that garbage.
Yeah, a conch for all you prisoners. Not, I mean, you probably shouldn't have done what you did. And I know you're all innocent.
We're not excusing.
But, grind it out, eh? All right, let's lay out the show for you today here. We are live from South Fort Chevrolet, and we're going to be here all day. 6 o'clock when our show starts to the end of the Reed Wilkins show. I know Maddie said to Reed and Jay, he goes, you're going to have to pack everything up after. And I don't know if those guys have ever done a post-road show pack-up. Well, so I'm sure they're putting stuff in the wrong bags, and then Maddie's going to lose it when he gets to the Century Casino tomorrow for the Elks.
Well, Maddie told me to bring some stuff up every day when I use it, which I have been. Guess who forgot to do it on Monday and had it in his car all week?
Yeah, well.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you want to get up with the big dogs, you got to...
Here's an idea.
Wake up with the big dogs.
Lead by example.
Yeah, that's true management. That's what they do here at South Fort Chev.
We are here all day. By the way, South Fort Chev shares like a parking lot with the McDonald's.
It's a great little nook here. Hey?
Yeah, we went right past an A&W.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a real nice spot. Yeah. Real nice spot. And the road coming in here is so well paved. Hey, don't you love driving on a well-paved road? That's what they have coming in here.
Hustle off the main one.
Oh, it's just the best. Yeah, drive a little, save a lot. Like I said, now I was scooting pretty good, but I made it from the west end of Edmonton out here in just under 30 minutes.
Well, I mean, it's like a Mario Kart. Nobody's out there.
Yeah,
it's kind of rainbow road.
Actually, there was one guy who was going even faster than me.
Yeah, I believe it.
I was like, what's this guy's hurry? It was a Norman at Combine. He wanted to beat me here.
Waving his donair out the window.
But no, come on out. Come see Daniel, his family-friendly team at South Fort Chev. Tell them we sent you. You get that additional $1,000 credit on your trade-in vehicle, and they won't be beaten by any price. And I'm telling you, from the edge of the city up to here, it's like 10 minutes. It's totally worth the drive to save thousands of dollars. They'll hook you up. We're gonna have some Oktoberfest vibes going on around here. Nerf war, a bunch of fun stuff today. So swing on out, see the crew. Come on out in the afternoon. See, maybe you haven't met Reed yet or anything. Swing on by here. Take a look. There's a real nice truck sitting in the. God, you gotta love being a showroom vehicle. Eh? Like if this was like this was like the movie Cars and all these vehicles talk at night when nobody's around, this guy's the king right here.
A Chevrolet Bison.
Yeah.
Like that's a a strong name for a truck, hey? But doesn't get the weather, doesn't get the elements.
No, it's just everybody else probably hates this guy.
Yeah.
Look at the tires on this thing.
Oh my God.
You know, you're doing this, you go off-roading in this.
Well, they got the big one in the back. So you know it's a true.
Yeah, that's a real 4x4 truck right there. All right. Here's the show for you. We're going to get to your morning announcements coming up. We're going to go, that's good. I had a very fun dinner last night, a charity thing. We're going to get to that coming up. There's a late night. I didn't go to bed until about 12:30.
Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, a little overtime action, which I was.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The internal clock only goes for so long there, and then it's overtime. But what a game. And what a baseball game, too.
I kind of have, we'll get to that with the morning announcements. Yeah, I kind of have a story kind of relating to the Thursday nighter from my dinner last night, which is anyway, I'll fill you in on this.
I can't wait.
That's good. We got road packs. We got road packs from Wayne Sports Cards. We're going to get into those as we work our way through a little crack pack in the 6 o'clock hour today. Chris Johnston, one of our new hockey insiders this year. Mike Johnston's too busy this season, said he'll pop on sporadically throughout the year, which is great. And then I said, well, can we find somebody with close to the last same name, but with a T in it? And it worked out really well. Chris Johnston, he's on board. He's going to join us just after 7 o'clock. What do we still need to learn about the Edmonton Oilers tonight? We'll get into that. Cool bet. We'll dive into some CFL lines this weekend coming up. EST Flyaway to Los Angeles presented by 780. We'll do that around 7:25 again today, so make sure you're listening there. Tell your buddies, too. Tell your buddies that we are giving away just an amazing sports trip, and they're going to want to try to qualify for this thing. And then maybe they take you. All right, we're talking Clippers, Warriors. We're talking Rams, Cardinals. We're talking Edmonton versus either the Kings or the Ducks. We'll get to the fan zone around 7:30 today. The question on the fan zone today is this team better than last year's team?
The Mets? Or the...
No, not the Mets. Hey, it's the Oilers. The Edmonton. It's going to be an Oilers question for the fans. Okay. We shouldn't have brought up the Mets because now people are going to think we don't like baseball. But whatever. It's the Oilers in the fan zone today. Herm Edwards is going to join us. Hoping to get him on video. Yeah. Might have to settle for phone.
Well, first week he backed out totally. He had to take his daughter to college.
Yeah.
Last week couldn't do the video.
He couldn't figure out the video last week.
He should be third time's the charm, right? You're thinking like how it kind of goes.
I don't care, man. I'd take Herm on a string and a can.
What if he walked in the door? Hey, gentlemen.
Yeah. How'd he get here? Norman at Combine walks in. I had him here for you guys. Kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. That hurts for the heavy hitters of injury law. They're on another charity tournament. I'll give you more details on that coming up. And then Daniel, the GM of South Ford Chev, he's going to pop on around 8:30, and I'm going to put a Nerf gun to his head.
Great.
Say, he's gonna sit down here. You're Daniel. I'm me. I'm gonna pull this gun out. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna go sign for 3 years. Boom, done. Just like that. No, it should be pretty fun, man. I'm looking forward to chatting with him. He's a nice guy.
Great.
So we'll chat with him as well. But we do have lots to get to today on the show. You can text us anytime. They'll get you into the Paris Jewelers inbox today. 22 locations across 4 provinces. One great website, parisjewelers.com, and they got the flexible financing options where you buy something and you don't pay for a year. parisjewelers.com is where you can find them on that one. Let's get in your morning announcements for 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock, Yukon and McCord every morning, and the wonderful Jess Jackson and AM Nasty, like many of you, every day on the way home. Nothing against the Thursday nighter, but I do want to start with Major League Baseball playoffs in your morning announcements.
We had it all going on. Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. Of course, you got the TV wrap.
Oh, yeah,
even have some college football going on. But yes, that baseball game is what we're most of us. Jocelyn, Jay, Twitter Mary, her husband Dave, Wheels, Francis, Norma Jean, first time down.
I saw the card maker.
So I couldn't believe that. And who else am I forgetting? There was a few other.
Rip City. Did you say Rip City?
Rip City Step came in, which was really nice off work. Ordered 2 plates, smoked brisket cheesesteak plus the torpedo shrimp. So love it.
Veteran move.
But we were all kind of, the football was on the big screen. That's why we're there. But we were all attention on that baseball game. And the longer it stayed 0-0, the longer you knew something was going to kind of happen.
So imagine the roller coaster ride for both teams fans.
Yep.
But the Brewers at home, back-to-back bombs in the 7th, and you're thinking, okay, like what's going to happen? We're going to shut this thing down.
They're all standing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's what
The
you
whole
do.
game.
All
They're
sorts of
standing.
and-
What is this? A soccer match overseas? Unbelievable. Can you imagine people standing for an entire hockey game? Everybody would complain. Sit down. You're in my way. I'm too short. Like ridiculous. Anyway, and then in the top of the ninth, Pete Alonso with a 3-run bomb to put the Mets up. They attack on another one.
Yeah.
And then close it out. And the New York Mets, who are on some sort of so there was the Amazing Mets back in the day. Yeah. They were featured in the movie Frequency with Jim Caviezel and Dennis Quaid. I love that movie. It's one of my phone movies. Kind of time travel-ish a little bit, right? So I like that. Anyway, they were always talking about the Amazing Mets. Are these guys being called the Miracle Mets? What are these guys being called?
Read the Mets.
Miracle Mets would be good. I think that would be good. So anyway, that's a good one.
It's a great story. I don't mind the Brew Crew. Like my heart kind of sank a bit, but Wyshynski was obviously. I mean, we know a Mets fan here. But what drama as well, and heading into the DS, all action tomorrow. All 4 series begin tomorrow. Should be fun. Should be a blast. And I wanted that Mets-Phillies series. That's a good divisional, like New York, Philly, that type of thing.
If you're watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up. I'm going to say that a little bit more than usual just because I can see them go up live. So we're at 73. Let's change 100 before we get to 630. That's a beautiful pace on the final day of the preseason. We're this close to regular season hockey, which should be pretty good. Falcons and Bucks last night. What a show. So that must have been the most entertaining Thursday nighter for you so far, right?
Well, the fact that it went to overtime was nice. You had a couple missed kick, a block kick, some kind of weird things going on. I love the uniforms, as Tube Sucks pointed out. The Falcons were looking great. And he would have said if the Buccaneers had their creamsicles on, I mean, that would just be the best.
That would have been cool.
All worlds.
What a uniform matchup that would have been.
Good game. I mean, from a fantasy perspective, you have a little thing with the Nefarious Nine that kind of popped up last night. But
I find myself in an interesting spot right now in the Spite League.
Yeah.
It's talking very highly of everything yesterday.
You pulled off the amazing deal.
So I pull off this deal for Jahmyr Gibbs, who's on a bye this week. So I couldn't use him. That being said, of the 3 guys I traded to get him, the only one I probably would have started this week was Chuba. And he's eventually going to have to split work with Jonathan Brooks. So I was still okay with the trade. But what happened is that the guy I'm playing this week is the guy I made the trade with. And then last night, so I was projected, I think I talked about yesterday on the show, I was projected to win like 112-72. So last night, I had Bijan Robinson, got me 9 points. I have the Falcons defense. I can't find anything better. They got me 2 points. This guy rolls out the kicker for the Falcons, like 13 points.
Cool.
Yeah, 13 points. And of all things, he had Darnell Mooney started, and Mooney finished with 26 points. So now the very guy that and he is starting Chuba Hubbard, and he is starting T. Higgins, and he is starting Anthony Richardson. So there is an outside shot here. I'm actually now projected to lose this match. There's an outside shot. The very guy that I made this trade with beats me in a head-to-head matchup this week.
However, you don't get your new toy to play with, which is your time will come. I mean,
I'm a little concerned about Bijan Robinson. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's kind of, they're almost like close to a 50-50 split with Algier, and Algier has kind of been more productive. So slightly worried about Bijan. Not going anywhere, though. I mean, you're going to keep him. All right, we also have this that we have to get to. I was listening to the Reed Wilkins show on the way out here to Fort Sask today. And what did they call the McDavid clip? McDavid, I can't remember. I labeled it as the McDavid freakout. Hey,
the going full Filthy Bruce, Filthy McDavid, hey?
I'm fully in on episodes 5 and 6 of the new show. Drops today, I believe, on Amazon. I don't know if I necessarily care about the first 4 if they're based around other players, but episodes 5 and 6 are total on the Oilers and the Stanley Cup final and the Panthers and Tkachuk and McDavid, Draisaitl, a little bit of Hyman mixed in. And they dropped this clip yesterday. And this, I mean, after seeing this, I'm 100% watching episodes 5 and 6 at least.
Right now. Right now. Right now. I know what's happened so many times. But that's not good enough. Finals. Big the in right now. Whatever the you have. That is not good enough. Let's go get one win at home.
One win, and we'll see what happens. But dig the in.
All right, so that was, wow, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 F-bombs in 45 seconds.
Yeah, that's Daniel here getting his staff revved up for the sales day. Hey, like
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's straight out of Trailer Park Boys, essentially.
Who is that?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah.
It's not our Connor, is it?
That is Connor
Side
McDavid.
side we don't normally see, eh?
And that was after game 2.
Oh.
I mean, what did he say after game 3? They go home, they don't win one. Well, I mean, at that point, you know what? I'll actually hope they put that in there. I'd be very interested to see what because you did this after game 2. You can't roll back into the room after game 3 and do the exact same thing.
No, but where do you take
Yeah,
that?
I really hope they show us, and some of you might have already watched it. I'm sure it's out. I mean, it's the 4th now, so many of you probably already watched this, but or maybe it doesn't drop till noon. I don't know. But yeah, what would his response have been? What was his reaction like after game 3?
780-218-9999. Fill in the blank.
I
mean, it was just a lot of
that was
F-bombs.
rage.
You could fill in an SH. You could fill in a,
there's
B words. Like there's room for.
You could have mixed in other swear words.
Yeah, like
100%.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a ton of passion in his voice there, though. Like you could tell he is furiously angry with what just went down.
Yeah.
And
but again, a side that we've had, unless I think you know the guy or are in the room, you don't normally see on the bench, on whatever. I mean, the guy that usually keeps his emotions pretty intact. That was something different.
It was pretty crazy. I think there's a bunch of clippable stuff in here. Also, shout out to Adobe, who seems to be working properly today. So that's nice.
Right now. Right now. Right now.
This is my wife. This is my wife when she tells me to start the bath for the kids.
Right now. Right now. Right now.
I think you could possibly win a text of the day with that clip. Let's keep going.
I know this happened so many times. But that's not good enough. Finals. Big the in right now.
We've already had fun with that.
Whatever the you have. That is not good enough. Let's go get one win at home.
This is me when I asked for a strawberry milkshake at McDonald's. They're like, sorry, we don't have any milkshakes right now. What do you want?
That is not.
Oh, wait, no, this one right here.
Whatever the you have.
Whatever you have.
$1,000 trade-in deal here. Hey, that's the thing. What kind of car?
What kind of car are you looking for?
Whatever the you have.
Yeah. Excuse me, Daniel. I brought a vehicle out to get trade-in. I'm just curious if you'd like my vehicle in a trade-in.
Whatever the you have.
They're intense here.
That is not good enough.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's a good one too. Let's see what we got here.
Will you take
That
this?
is not good enough.
Oh yeah. Okay. This.
It's a gold mine.
There's something here too. Send us your "that's not effing good enough" texts.
That is not good enough.
There's easily something there. 100%. Zach the Coob when he left an office light on yesterday when he left the building.
That is not good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go get one win at home. One win, and we'll see what happens.
That's MBT.
But
Yeah.
dig the in.
That is MVT.
MBT tomorrow.
All right, so there's a couple. I think we can have some fun with that one.
That is not good enough.
Send us your text messages on that, and then right off the top.
Right now. Right now. Right now.
That's a good one. There's got to be some right now text, essentially, is what we're looking for. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. There are some good ones. Let's keep those flying in.
Just as a side as well, Northside Sandwich in the Nest chat. We talked about Evan Bouchard and Olivier Rodrigue winning the.
No, I didn't want to bring it up.
Okay,
I didn't want to bring it up.
Well, I mean,
because Bouchard's contract is looming, and
curse of the Oiler Cup, shall we say?
Could Rodrigue be traded for another goalie at some point?
And he mentions off the sheet on the last part of his message there. Yeah. Well, we hardly knew thee, hey?
We'll get to a bunch of the text messages on Connor McDavid's Rage Fest, which I loved. Absolutely loved it. All right, coming up here, we got That's Good. I did something at a dinner last night that I haven't done in a long time.
Paid?
Nope, I didn't pay. Maybe I'll lay this out for you. Also, YouTube Trev, the Rookie of the Year, the reigning Rookie of the Year, has put together a video recapping the Estes.
Love it.
Yeah, which is terrific. We're going to have that for you on the show coming up. Cracks and packs for Wayne's. We are live out at South Fort Chevrolet, where Norman at Combine came by 20 minutes before we went on the air and dropped off sausage. What a guy.
They're thawing.
Make plans today to pop on by here. Edmonton Sports Talk's going to be set up. We're right in the showroom. Can't miss us. All of our shows are going to be here today. Swing on by, pop in, say hi. I mean, you want to check out some vehicles, definitely check out some vehicles. I know we're going to have some specials that we're announcing throughout the day as well. We'll get to that. I love Peter over there. Hey guys, who was the guy who took this video? It's pretty cowardly. Peter, you're kidding, right? What are we thinking here? That's the point. Yeah, this is not one of the black aces with their phone behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Peter, you're joking. This is a real funny joke. I feel like you're pulling a real funny joke on us.
It's a Friday funny,
which is okay. That's very funny of you, Peter.
Funny laugh,
Peter. Your new name on the chat should be Funny Peter. If you're watching on YouTube, we're almost changing 100. Hammer the thumbs up. Let's get to a sports update right now. You know what, McDavid? I bet you he went home after the game, smashed some glass in his house.
Yeah.
And I hope he called Nisku Glass to fix it.
Had him on speed dial.
Because they're the best in the biz. Nisku Glass. And they want you to work with them, too. They want to hire an AM Nasty. That's it. If you don't listen to the show, you're not even eligible. You got to have the most experienced glass man in the entire world. And I said, what do you listen to? And they said, 100.3 The Bear. And they said, get your resume out of here. All right, here's an update. Let's get into it.
Here's an update right effing now.
Rookie of the year, man. Rookie of the year.
Kirk Cousins tossing for 509 yards, a career high. Falcons take it in overtime 36-30 over the Buccaneers. You can join me Monday back at the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge as we conclude Week 5 when the Chiefs host the Saints. 2024 Elks Tailgate Chili Cook-Off will take place at Tailgate 3 hours before kickoff tomorrow as the Elks host the Roughriders. Kickoff at 5. You can join Maddie and Mill at the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. They'll have your green and gold kickoff show. Coverage starts at 4 here at Edmonton Sports Talk. Week 18 will kick off tonight with a doubleheader on TSN. Ticats host the Bombers at 5, while the Lions host the Stamps at 8 o'clock. Oilers round out the preseason tonight in Vancouver. Regular season puck drop next Wednesday at home to the Jets. Puck drop in the regular season from Prague this afternoon between the Sabres and Devils. Action gets underway at 1 o'clock. Oil Kings are on the road for a pair tonight in Brandon and tomorrow in Regina. 5 games around the AJHL tonight, 10 games in the BCHL, including Sherwood Park at home to Spruce Grove. Okotoks visit Penticton, while Blackfalds are in Cranbrook. Pete Alonso's go-ahead 3-run shot in the ninth, sending the Mets to the NLDS with a 4-2 victory over the Brewers. The divisional rounds get underway tomorrow at 11:08 when the Guardians host the Tigers. Golden Bears football hosts UBC tonight from Footfield, kickoff at 7. And puck drop on the regular season for Golden Bears hockey as they're on the road against Grant McEwen. This sports update brought to you by Nisku Glass. As mentioned, Connor McDavid uses them when he breaks glass at home. You can too. Nisku Glass. See them today. Growing and now hiring. If you're a nasty that wants to work with other nasties and can cut glass and replace windshields, they want to hear from you. You can email your resume, info@niskuglass.ca, or stop by their shop to apply today.
I can remember back being an 11-year-old kid, about 75 pounds on the basketball court against the neighborhood bully, kicking his behind left, right, and center.
I call you when I need you, my heart's on fire.
When it was all said and done, he was a little upset, so he punched me in the mouth.
You come to me, wild and
uncles were over on the side observing, talking amongst themselves, adult things.
When you come to me, give me it.
When he punched me in my mouth, I decided I'm running to my uncle. You know what he did? He pushed me back to him. I went back and he punched me in my mouth again. I ran to my uncle, looking for protection. Needed Big Brother to protect me. He pushed me back again. And you know what I did? I faced him in the eyes and I said, my uncle's not going to help me. And I punched him in the face. Then I looked him in the eye and I said, then what? Now what? Now what? Now what are you going to do?
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I ever met. Stuck at your heart. I hang on every word you say. Says I know. Maybe I would rather be dead.
Oh, Cavis Reed pump-up song from Whale and the Wolf. They are going to be at GetFest. If you haven't checked it out, you get tickets going down October 19th, getfest.ca on that one. The Nielson Show coming at you from our presenting sponsor today, South Fort Chevrolet. Swing on by and see us. We're going to be here from 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night. Check out their website, www.southfortchev.com. Partnering with some local businesses. It's going to be a nice little Oktoberfest vibe down here today as well. It's the first ever day that we've had all 12 hours of content on location in one place, and they've got us a hardline internet connection, and we could stay here forever.
This place is sweet.
It's
working really well, yeah.
It's a better connection here than we had at our own offices for about the first 3 months, which is just the truth. I mean, I'm not making anything up.
Maddie's not even crawling around under the table. It's
yeah. Box Pounder says, man, Lucas did a great impression of Cavis. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it was him doing
it.
the Cavis parts, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So, Trev, you can start to get that video ready. We're going to play the Estes video. And Trev put together like a 4-minute recap. Trev, is there actual audio in it? I'm just trying to think, like, for people listening on TuneIn and iHeart, EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Yes, there is audio.
Like, there'll be, like, voices and stuff?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I can't wait to see this. We're going to get to that. It's that's good right now for the Italian Center, where you know what's back, buddy? I went by there yesterday. God, I love that place. Bumped into my neighbor, actually. The guy who lives right across the street from me, Prosper, from CTV.
Prosper, yeah.
Anyway, Prosper was there at Italian Center Shop the same time as me.
Get out of here.
I said,
did you stop and take him to the cafe for a little espresso?
No, he had just finished.
Oh.
He goes, I picked my son up at high school. Like, this is a great Italian Center story. He goes, I picked my son up at high school. And we came here for a pizza over in the cafe.
God,
and then they were getting a thing of strawberries and what looked to be probably like some chocolate pastries. And I was very jealous. I just said, I can't wait to pick my kid up from high school and take him to Italian Center.
A glass of red?
Yeah. I said, good morrow, Prosper.
Sure.
Good to see you. Anyway, I picked them up yesterday. We got the take and bakes. We got the take and bake pizzas ready to go. It's back, baby. I've got 4 of them. We will be toaster overing those things on Monday, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I think Marshall and the Muzz think that they're for the house. But I'm sorry, kids. No, not today. So I had this, did an event in the summer for kids sport. And one of the options, like on the silent auction, was a dinner with me at Ruth's Chris, like I'm Bob Stauffer or something. It was amazing. So I went to Ruth's Chris last night. So this is, I think, my second time at Ruth's Chris. Great place.
Ruth Chris.
Am I saying it right?
It's
Ruth
such a
Chris's.
It's a tongue twister.
Anyway, I went there last night, and first of all, I get there and they're like, sir, you can't wear a hat in the dining room. I thought, what? This is amazing.
I love when you go downtown.
Oh, buddy, don't even get me started about downtown. I got downtown around 6:55 yesterday. Couldn't find parking till 7:25. I'm blaming the rodeo.
And because exactly, yeah.
I was just circling around. Ended up parking in that Courtyard Hotel next to the conference center. Parked there. Was super scared walking to Ruth's Chris because it's downtown. I was just like, oh my God. I wanted to text the guys I was meeting saying, can you come pick me up in my truck? Anyway, so I get in there. They're like, sorry, sir, no hats. And I hadn't done my hair. So I was looking a little straggly. Anyway, I roll up to this dinner with Miles, Mark, and Bill. and all 4 of these guys are completely bald. And when I was walking up to the table, in my mind, I was just like, do I make a joke about how all 4 of them are like completely bald? And I was like, no, that would be rude. So I go to shake their hands, and Miles right away was like, you'll notice all 4 of us are bald. I was just like, yeah.
Get out of the way. I
should have said, I didn't notice. I couldn't even tell. Anyway, absolutely great dinner. We were there for like 3 hours. But here's what I didn't do. And this is how you know the conversation is so good. Not once through the 3 hours did I check my phone.
Yeah.
Not once.
Yeah.
When we were finally wrapping up and paying the bill, I kind of pulled out my phone and it was like, oh, when I went to dinner, it was 7-7, the football game. When I checked my phone, the game was already over. It was 36-30. Wow. And I was just like, you know what? I just had a great night of conversation with people. Yeah. We talked about families. We talked about work. There were some funny stories that were told. We dined over great food. It was just a phenomenal night. Good guys, too.
Yeah, good camaraderie.
Great guys.
Around each other.
Oh, yeah. At the end of the night, I think they were hinting at boys' trip.
Sitting at a big booth.
I was just like, what, a boys' trip after one dinner? This is incredible. So I went home. My wife was already sleeping. I got home at about 11. She was already sleeping. I shook her awake. I said, you'll never believe it. I had dinner with 4 bald guys. And they might want to hang out more. Yeah.
No, the phone was away.
But can you imagine going 3 hours nowadays without checking your phone once? Just due to conversation and meal.
It's the sign of a good time. You know you're having a good time. You know you've been at a good event where you get home and you're like, I have no photographic, audio, video evidence of that time. That's how you know it's a good time. Or you're too, inebriated to take out the phone, but which you weren't in this case.
I was not wearing a hoodie to Ruth's Chris. I was wearing one of my classic flannel plaid shirts.
I can see it now. Yeah.
And my Edmonton Sports Talk hat because I want to represent the brand. Sure, who knows? Maybe there's a client somewhere there. But
it is.
But 2 of the guys were wearing sport jackets.
I understand the no hat because you're kind of throwing up a flag. Yeah. If you have a rival, somebody sees that.
That's if somebody sees that, I want to look at him and be like, oh, I'm going to fight you right now.
Yeah. That's what they don't need it.
But I usually go to Ruth's Chris and I try to hope that there's FM people there and I fight them.
Can I ask, what did you have?
Oh, I had the filet. And then this is a classic Dusty story. They're ordering the appetizers and they're like, oh, we'll have some tuna. Oh. And we'll have oysters. Oh. And then Miles was just like, should we get anything else? And I was just like, chicken. Could we please get that chicken? So I had chicken to start. Yeah. Then I had the filet. And then it's one of those fancy places where you order like community sides. Right, so it's so they got like the mac and cheese, and so I had mac and cheese and these fingerling potatoes melted in cheese. They were real nice. And I had a glass of red.
You had a glass of red.
A glass of red at the dinner with the boys. Yeah, it was a real fun time. But I was very when my phone, I was just like, man, I didn't even follow the scores tonight. I didn't even know what happened with the Mets. So it was kind of nice. It was nice to do that. It's nice to be in good company that doesn't bore the hell out of you, so you have to check your phone.
Over a glass of red.
Over a glass of red.
That's just makes it all
felt like I was cheating on my best friend Suits a little bit with the red, but whatever. I mean,
they were trying.
Yeah, it was real nice.
Dusty and the Bald Boys.
Hammer the thumbs up. We're already well over 100, so that's great. Trev, do we have the video ready?
Painting 100.
That's good today too. Oh, look at this guy. He's on his game today.
Do we have the video? Is the video ready? Is that what you just asked?
Yeah, is the video ready for the recap of the Esties?
I can confirm it's ready.
Hey, Trev.
How's it going, guys? You guys are looking good. Don't mind me. I'm just going to put myself right between you guys. I feel like I'm there. So, the video is ready. I had a lot of fun putting this bad boy together. There's a few things I do want to say. It's close to it's over 40 minutes worth of footage. So I crammed it into a 4-minute video. To any nasties that, don't see themselves in this video, I'm going to be, releasing another video later. This one, I kind of want to just, a recap, just the beautiful essence of the Esties. That's what I wanted to capture with this video. And I don't know, I'll let you guys be the judge on that. So I just want to say, nasties, I'm sorry. I tried to include as many nasties as possible in this video, and just trying to make the flow work, which I think I did an okay job. But so I think we can just dive right into this bad boy.
Let's do the Esties video recap here, yeah.
Okay, so I just, I'm going to have it in the center frame. Is that okay? Does that work, or do you want the full screen?
No, put it in the center frame like usual.
Okay.
Over top of us there. Yeah, no, that's good.
Sounds good. So to anyone that wasn't there at the Esties, this is pretty well what you missed. 1 second here. Okay, let's go.
is such a beautiful thing. It's a celebration tonight. And the winner is, for Moment of the Year, Estes. Zactica.
Oh, really?
You all look amazing. Like Eric said multiple times, we couldn't do it without you.
And the winner is YouTube.
For most committed, AM Nasty of the Year goes to... I'd like to say thank you to everybody at the EST. Oh, my goodness. EST family, you are the best. I love you all. It's all gas, no break. We win the championship, it's all the parades. I step out on the court and it's over quick. All aces to go like Djokovic. Oh, 3-point line, no time on the clock. You don't even need the watch, you know it.
Hi, Tommy D, J-A-J-E. After that, it's 1-3. We got the smoke, a cookie number.
In the end, this is a dumb idea, but in such an amazing way. And thank you to all of you for being part of this. I said it earlier today. I think we're the best sports station in the city. I hope they not be number one because of the community we have. There's no one else has this, and that's because of you guys. So thank you very much for coming out. We'll see you for the 2025.
That was as someone said, Trev, the sophomore slump is over.
Oh, okay.
The sophomore slump is over.
Thank you.
Well done, buddy.
Esty worthy.
Yeah, and then there's the last thing was like just the ending of the video. I still there's why I want to add a little bit more spice to the ending of the video.
Good shot.
But yeah, like just maybe a text or the logo or something like that. But yeah, I think I had a lot of fun putting it together. But like I said, if any nasties get on that video, trust me, I took note of it and I'll put you on. I want to do like a funny, like more party vibe video.
Yeah. There's that too. Yeah,
we'll put that together as well. But
yeah, that was so good, buddy. I knew you nailed it. Was that amazing?
Well, you got the whole room at the back, so everybody was kind of in there at one point. I mean, everybody did feature it. Yeah,
man, I can't wait for Estes too. Hey, that's gonna be even better.
Fast forward.
If you did not have a chance to get to the Estes, please join us next year. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Maddie still got those pictures, hey? You got the pictures?
I got all the pictures too. I got all the
Yeah.
pictures too. We'll put some pictures up as well. People are loving Zach to come in there being, "Mom, I did it. Mom, I did it," which was good as well. That's very cool. Trev, that's extremely well done, buddy. That's good for YouTube, Trev. And some people are calling it maybe an SD for the most
Estes
produced.
You know, that's whatever. Yeah.
Can you imagine if the top? I think one new category you have this year is, because we're going to be doing a lot more of it this year, like a video production piece. You know, with like we did that odds couple video. We'll do some funny videos. The interview, for example, is kind of the one we did last year. But we should definitely have like the
video of the year,
original video of the year. Yeah, I think that's good. That's awesome. If you like that, hammer the thumbs up for Trev. He's
I bet Trev will win it.
I mean, Trev will probably win it. I know Reed Wilkins has some hilarious scripts that he wants to shoot.
Okay.
Which I'm totally on board with.
He could be in the male actor of the year probably category, I would say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that would be, yeah. Oh, he could definitely do that.
Lead role.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris says, wow, what a good job on the video, YouTube, Trev. Also catching Dusty looking like he threw up the champagne. Classic time, good vibe. Well, I did kind of. Like, I didn't throw, but it was so, like, carbonated that I went to take a drink and it exploded in my mouth and it just sort of came flying right back out.
Can't script that stuff.
A classic Estes video, which is just terrific stuff. All right, let's do this. Let's crack some road packs, eh? Why not crack some road packs today?
If you see a card store on the side of the road, you think, gotta tweet it to the
Crack pack, yeah. I'm tracking down all the young guns today. Looking for the young guns today. Looking for the young guys today.
I got me a card, it's a heck of a pull, and we're tweeting it out to the crack pack. I got me a canvas, it's worth about 20, so hurry up and sell it to get more money.
The crack pack is a little old game where we can crack together. Crack pack, baby.
A crack pack, baby.
Crack pack, baby, crack pack. Crack pack, baby, crack pack. Crack pack, baby, crack pack. Crack pack, baby, crack pack.
All righty, let's do it. Wayne Sports Cards. If you've not yet been to Wayne's, you know where it is, just north of the mall, right by the Italian Center shop. There's a Boston Pizza, another partner of ours, all right there as well. Popped in yesterday, saw Wayne and the crew, got packs of 23-24 extended series. Look for one of one Young Guns. I do believe Connor Bedard canvas Young Guns are in here. So let's see if we can pull it. Let's see if we can pull a big one. And we're nice and close to the camera today, so we can actually have like card cam,
actually,
which is pretty cool.
What is the crack pack?
All right, let's see here. Laurent Brossois, some call him LB. Varlamov, Barbashev, Adam Fox, Brady Kachuk, Gordie Howe, Seeing Red. There we are. Very nice.
That's cool.
Matty Beniers, Seeing Red. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Beautiful. Leo Carlson, Young Gun. This is a good one. The retro Young Gun of Leo Carlson, I believe. This is one. Yeah, slab this. That's a nice hit. Beautiful. Love it. What a great pull.
You got the good pack.
I did. I get the good. Oh, Matthias Ekholm too.
I mean,
look, he's checking somebody or he's skating. Very cool.
Your boy Zemgus Girgensons.
Oh, Girgensons. He's still playing. Eh? Unbelievable.
That's about it. I got a Jujar Kara.
Oh, that's a nice Carlson there. Beautiful. You got Jujar Kara.
Yeah. For your Minnesota Wild.
Minnesota Wild. Good for him. That's a crack pack, man. Oh, this is one of the better hits, I think.
Hey, Luke Glendening.
Look at that Carlson right there.
Alex Killorn.
Guy's going to score 20 this year and have 60 points in his second year. Invest in that guy right there. Not a bad idea.
Investment.
Not a bad idea. All right, you can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. We will circle back around to it, but we've clipped a couple of clips from the McDavid. I don't know, McDavid rants, what do we call this? Let's get an official name for this thing. Text those to us, 780-218-9999.
Right now. Right now. Right now. I know it's happened so many times. But that's not good enough. Finals. Dig the in right now. Whatever the you have. That is not good enough. Let's go get one win at home. One win, and we'll see what happens. But dig the in.
Me to Elizabeth after I beat her in the race.
That is not good enough.
Send your text messages. There's a couple of clips. We think we can clip this today.
That is not good enough.
And right off the top, if you got a text for this, you could also win text of the day.
Right now. Right now. Right now.
That's good. That's like I got to go for this. Matthew Owanek, when Tommy walks in at 9:05 and says, "Hey, when's the hangout starting?"
Right now. Right now. Right now.
Not bad. Not bad. I think that's a good one too. The McDavid's rally cry.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The rally cry.
The rallying cry. Eh?
Yeah, that's I don't mind that one. That's pretty good. Corey at work says, me coming home to my perfectionist mother with a score of 93 on my math test.
That is not good enough.
McDavid meltdown. Dean says the McDavid a cappella pump-up song from Wales.
Too long. I wouldn't mind seeing Jonty and Victoria remix this, though.
Absolutely.
There's got to be something there.
He's rubbing his hands together.
Talking about Estes. Ooh, this is a good one. All Oilers fans to Josh Brown this preseason.
That is not good enough.
It's kind of accurate. Yeah. We'll get into it actually coming up because do we see Emberson tonight with Darnell Nurse? I would assume that's probably what happens. Yeah. And I wonder if they sit Kulak. You know what you got in Kulak and play Dermott with Brown or Stetcher on the third pair.
Might as well tonight, hey?
And what does it mean if Brown's not playing tonight? Does that mean he's already on the team or does that mean he's already off the team?
Well, he's probably furnishing his new house here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a good question. Anyway, we'll get into all of it. Chris Johnston's going to pop by. He's going to join us for Pro-Am Sports. It is the Nielsen Show. We're coming at you live today. Our show, all the shows, all day long from 6 in the morning until 6 at night from South Fort Chevrolet. Swing on out here. Come see Daniel, his family-friendly team at South Fort Chev. Tell them we sent you, and you get $1,000 credit on your trade-in vehicle, $1,000 bonus credit on your trade-in vehicle if you tell them that you listen to us, and they won't be beat on any price. Simple as that. You find a better price somewhere else, or you think a better price, you're wrong. The better price is here at South Fort Chev. Check them out, www.southfortchev.com. We'll love usually when we're on location, there's random drops all day from people. Very interested to see. We already got the sausage, pre-show sausage dropped off by Norman at Combine. What's the strangest thing that gets dropped off here today? We'll find out. We'll find out at some point. It should end up being pretty funny. All right, Chris Johnston on the way. Let's get to a sports update right now for Green Plan with Lieutenant Eric.
Kirk Cousins throwing for a career-high 509 yards, 4 touchdowns as well. Falcons in overtime, 36-30 over the Buccaneers. You can join me Monday back at Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge to finish off Week 5. It's the Chiefs hosting the Saints. Week 18 in the CFL kicking off tonight with a doubleheader. Ticats host the Bombers at 5, while the Lions host the Stamps at 8. Elks at home to the Roughriders tomorrow at 5. You can join Maddie and Milne at Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge as they'll have the Green and Gold Kickoff Show coverage beginning at 4 here on Edmonton Sports Talk. You can also join EST hours prior to kickoff for the 2024 Elks Tailgate Chili Cook-Off just outside Commonwealth Stadium. Oilers will round out the preseason tonight, Vancouver. Regular season puck drop next Wednesday at home to the Jets. You can join Tom Gazzola tonight for the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage starts at 7. Puck drop in the regular season from Prague this afternoon between the Sabres and Devils. Action gets underway at One Mountain. Oil Kings on the road for a pair this weekend. They're in Brandon tonight and tomorrow in Regina. 5 games around the AJHL this evening, 10 in the BCHL, including Sherwood Park at home to Spruce Grove, Okotoks in Penticton, while Blackfalds visit Cranbrook. Pete Alonso's go-ahead 3-run shot in the 9th, sending the Mets to the NLDS with a 4-2 victory over Milwaukee. The divisional rounds begin tomorrow at 11:08 when the Guardians host the Tigers. Golden Bears football host UBC tonight from Foot Field, kickoff at 7, and puck drop to the regular season for Golden Bears hockey tonight as they're on the road against Grant McEwen. Sports update brought to you by Green Plan, providing you with award-winning environmental and consulting services, whether it's municipal, industrial, or residential. Plan it right with Green Plan. Visit green-plan.com or give them a call, 780-455-4292.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
.704 on the Nielson Show, and we are out in Fort Sask today at South Fort Chevrolet. We're going to be here all day. Nielson Show up until 9. The Hangout will be here today from 9 to 11. I'll be back with the Lock Shop from 11 to 1. We'll be setting up best bets in the NFL this week. We might go 4-man show. Just a heads up, Trev. Need a 4-man panel today on the Lock Shop. Oil Stream today from 12 to 1. And then we got EST Afternoons with Hernan Salas and Joaquin Gage from 1 to 3. And the Reed Wilkins Show from 3 to 6 this afternoon, all from South Fort Chevrolet. So swing on by today and say hi. More of your text messages, 780-218-9999. That gets you into the Parachuters inbox. If you're watching over on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up for us. Tell your friends about EST. We would appreciate it. One of you will win text of the day today. Probably was something off that McDavid rant. You can text in at 780-218-9999. Text of the day will win that gift certificate from A&W. Trev, let me know when I know it looks like Chris is ready, but let me know when you've got them all set up. And we'll bring in Chris Johnston for the first time this year. Very excited to have him on board with us and lots to discuss. I think I'm looking over the Oilers wrap up the preseason tonight against the Vancouver Canucks. Let's see here. There's a few text messages that have rolled in. All right, Loomis says, "Man, I'm ready for the regular season, but watching how camp has gone, it just doesn't feel great right now." So we'll get into what questions still need to be answered tonight for the Edmonton Oilers in their final preseason game. That's coming up as well. All right, let's bring in Chris Johnston, who's brought to you by Pro-Am Sports, your locally owned sports memorabilia and apparel specialists. They've got upcoming private signings with legendary tough guy Marty McSorley, and of course also legendary tough guy the Nuge, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, with more to be announced coming up in the future. These guys are banging out signings all the time. Located in Edmonton at the corner of St. Albert Trail, 128th Ave, online at proamsports.ca. Chris, welcome to the show for the first time. How you doing, buddy? Trev, I don't think we can hear him. Fire him over. You can't hear him, can you? I don't think. We'll reset that. Trev, let me know if that's on our end or on his end, because we've been hearing things that you've been playing today. So we should be able to hear Chris.
Chris will have to sign the hit.
Yeah, he'll have to do sign language the entire time.
Yeah.
No, we should be hearing him, Trev. I don't know. Let me know, Trev. See how that works.
Thank you.
Okay, let's try. Look at this. Look at Daniel
coming through with
dropping off some sausage McMuffs. Beautiful. What a way to get the day going here at South Fort Chev. What a guy. All right, let's try. Trev, you want to try it again? Should we bring Chris again?
Yeah. I'm just going to ask Chris if he could reconnect, because everything's good on our end, but I don't know why the audio wouldn't be coming through there.
It's like what Iwanic did to your laptop yesterday, right?
Man, Iwanic drives us crazy sometimes. Well, me, I don't know. Does he drive you crazy sometimes?
No comment.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a genius.
So anyway, yesterday, I thought my laptop was completely dead. I wasn't sure if it was ever going to work again. And I went out, I bought another charger, like it just wouldn't power on. I'm like, it's done, it's dead. I basically was like, we got to shut down the business. Like everything. Oh yeah, I think we got him now.
We got him. We got him.
Anyway, Iwanic ended up saving the day.
Yeah.
Did this thing where he held down the power button for like 20 seconds, then plugged in the power cable, and it fired right up. So, Iwanic saved the day yesterday. I think you too, Trev, saved the day today. So let's bring in Chris Johnston. He is for Pro-Am Sports. Chris, do we have you this time?
You've got me. What an ominous start that was. Oh, no.
No, all good, man. Thank you very much for hopping on board this season. Very much looking forward to having you on. Follow your work for a long time. Obviously, Athletic, TSN. There's a lot to get to here. But wait, I have to say, have you had the sneak peek? You've looked at the whole documentary that's released now? You've watched this thing?
Yeah, I binged it earlier this week, so I saw all 6 episodes.
Okay, so as for Oilers fans, gets juicy in episodes 5 and 6. I'm looking forward to probably watching it. Maybe I gotta see if I'll get tomorrow. Probably Sunday. I'll dive into these 2 episodes. Did it change the way you view Connor McDavid?
I think it did, quite honestly. And I was told that it would 2 or 3 weeks ago whenever I was poking around talking to some NHL people about this. And, that's a pretty big statement. And I wondered if it would live up to it. And you just see, like, no one ever doubted how badly he wanted to win or anything like that. But it's something about seeing it and realizing you are watching an unvarnished, camera look at what was a pretty epic run for Connor and the Oilers in the springtime there. And you just, I do think that the intensity with which he approached, that playoff run, obviously by now I'm sure everyone's at least seen part of the clips where he's sort of yelling at the teammates and everything. And then, unfortunately when they lost Game 7, some of the emotion that comes out of him, I mean, it just, it was quite something. I think it'll actually stand up somewhat historically, just because that was such a crazy playoff run for him, and to have that sort of access to him. I think we'll be watching clips of that 20 or 30 years from now when he's, in Hall of Fames or he's being honored for this, that, or the other as an all-time great of the sport.
So full-blown mission accomplished from Amazon then, with what they're trying to do with this project?
Yes, and I think Connor is the biggest reason why. It's not to say I think there's something for everyone in all 6 episodes. I certainly learned about some players in the league that even I haven't known as much about. But, the episodes 5 and 6, which center just around that Stanley Cup, specifically, to me, they make the series. I mean, again, we know how hard it is to win a Stanley Cup, but I feel like when you see it on that level, on both sides too, even there's some stuff with Florida when they were, losing that 3-0 series lead, and you just see how much goes into winning that darn trophy. And so, I know that there already, are hopes that they're going to do it again this year. I think they're going to wait and see until just basically do enough people watch it. I think it's quite that simple. I mean, there's a lot of buzz about it, but does the audience gobble it up? If that's the case, I think we'll be talking about it, probably an expanded version of it in a season 2. And they've got a lot more players, I think, that have seen the first one now and are heard of the experience of their peers, and they want to do it. And, anyway, so a big hat tip to Connor that he allowed the cameras in, and I think really it's something that's great for hockey.
Yeah, that's what's going to drive a series like this, having the best players in the league open up, where you really we hadn't seen that really, anything like that from McDavid in
Drive to Survive
10 years.
is kind of the thing.
Yeah, Drive to Survive got us into Formula One, and hopefully this, hockey fans are going to eat this stuff up. They're probably hoping to bring in other fans of other sports by being as open as they are, which even with the golf one, Full Swing. I know a lot of people are like, I don't even know this guy. I don't know when he plays, but I love to watch him. So I'm going to follow him a little bit. Yeah. No, I think it's good. Now, you mentioned Amazon wants to do it again. The Oilers, of course, want to try to recreate their run, but finish it off this time. And I saw it pop up on Twitter, and we've discussed it a number of times on our shows across the station, Chris, but like the all-time greats have titles. That's just how it works. Wayne won, Mario won, took Ovi a while, but Ovi won. Sid won right away and added more up along the way. Took Steve Yzerman a long time, but he eventually delivered a championship as well. I mean, as much as
The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric.
Sorry, let me kill that. I don't know. I must have hit something. As far as McDavid goes, I mean, his legacy's basically cemented already outside of a Stanley Cup championship. And that's probably where you see the frustration come from, knowing that he has to, it's tough to be at that level because you would never expect it of people. But when you're at his level, you expect him to deliver a Stanley Cup title.
Yeah, and it's so tough for a bunch of reasons now. I mean, you're looking at a 32-team league. Obviously, there's all this buzz about expansion. I mean, the numbers are not going to be good. At a certain point, it's just going to be impossible for all the best players to win, I think, just because of that. Obviously, you got things like a salary cap that has nothing to do with Connor McDavid, but, hockey being the sport it is, I don't know what he played in Game 7, 20, 25 minutes probably at the most. I mean, there was more than half the game, I'm pretty sure he wasn't on the ice, and things happen, and so he can only control so much. I mean, what he does control, he's the best in the world at. There's not even a debate about that. There's not a conversation. There's not a hot take, although there actually might have been a hot take in that series, if I remember, in Florida. One of the columnists ripped him or something at some point. But
yeah, that's right. I remember that.
I can't remember his take, but it was something just patently absurd. But for the most part, he's done. You're right. He's done absolutely everything he can do, and that's where he's trying to pull the team in. And I think that's where that emotional side that you get to see in the Amazon series is pretty special, because I mean, I wouldn't know that he would have that in him, I guess, in a sense. I mean, as much as we all spend time around the locker rooms, we're not in there in the private moments. We're not there at intermission. We're not there, when those tough conversations are happening. So, he's got to get it done, but he knows that. I mean, Leon Draisaitl knows that, and no team could be as close as they were last year, really losing 2-1 in a game 7. I mean, that's as close as you can get. They had almost one finger on the trophy, but didn't quite touch it. And I think they're going to be a team on a mission this year, no matter how the preseason's gone.
Well, yeah, that's where I wanted to kind of go next here with the team that makes such a deep run last year. High expectations again with our partners over at CoolBet. They are the odds-on betting favorite to win the Stanley Cup this year. But they've had some change on the back end. They've moved out some younger forwards and brought in Arvidsson and Skinner. Do you think they've reloaded to the point where you would expect to see them in the Stanley Cup final again?
I mean, they would be my pick. I haven't actually had to, usually when we do the tour of shows at this time of year, everyone wants your picks. Edmonton
Nobody's forced a pick out of you yet? What is this?
No, I know. It's weird. I'm actually just realizing I haven't made one on the record anywhere, and I'm not just saying it because I'm on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Oilers will be my pick consistently wherever I have to make one. And so much goes into it. I mean, I look at, can they get more out of Darnell Nurse this year? I mean, is there a world where, he can contribute better? I don't know if it ends up being finding a partner that works with him or whatever it is. But, when you're paying someone that amount of money, that's a place that they can improve. I mean, it's hard not to like the forward group. They scored a ton of goals last year. I think that will be the same now. And so, I would imagine as we get closer to the deadline, I mean, it's a long season. Injuries happen. There's other things that could change the trajectory of this, but I'm sure we'll be talking about, a defenseman acquisition at some point to try to solidify that blue line even further as we get closer to March 7th. But, I don't see any alarm bells for me looking at the roster. They just have everything lined up. They have the best players still in their primes. They have that experience of the last couple playoff runs, obviously last year's being the closest. They have depth at every position, and I think they're going to, still have room to maneuver in season and make adjustments or add even more firepower to the cause here as they get closer to the playoffs.
Chris, well, welcome to the show as well. Great to have you. I just wanted your thoughts, and you kind of mentioned it. I agree. I don't think any better storyline or kind of, mission propelling a team going into the season than the Oilers. You mentioned, I mean, a finger almost on the cup, 2-1 game 7. Outside of them, though, I mean, who else do you see maybe posing a challenge to this run this year, both not only here in the West, but also in the East?
Well, I started the team that they played in the Western Conference Final, and I think Dallas is poised to, I just see no reason for the Stars to take a step back, and they were pretty close to knocking on the door themselves last year. So I would start there. Looking at the East, I wonder what the Rangers are able to produce this year. I mean, the East for me it's a little different conference than it's been. The Atlantic Division specifically, you've had Florida, Tampa, Boston, Toronto. Those teams have been pretty consistent playoff teams for a long time. But I wouldn't even know who to pick out of them that's going to win the division. I don't know what to expect out of Florida after 2 straight, runs to the final. If they'll still have the juice they need, if they'll run into injury trouble, maybe just because of what the players, the key players there have been through. So I have a little more trouble identifying, favorites on the Eastern side. I do think the Rangers will be there. Florida or Boston, it just feels like one of those two teams will be in the Eastern Conference Final next year. And I wouldn't sleep on Vegas yet. I mean, the Vegas had sort of a different offseason. Obviously, they lost some guys that have put a lot of offense up for them in the last couple of years, led by Jonathan Marchessault. They didn't necessarily replace them with names, but just knowing how aggressive they are with yesterday's news that they're with the Robin Leonard situation, the deal that was made there, that they're going to have more cap room this year than they've had in previous years. I just think that organization will be out there acquiring some top level forward talent at some point, and they still got a pretty good core at the position. So those are probably the places I look as the biggest challengers.
You mentioned Vegas. You mentioned Leonard. It's funny that happens yesterday, and the whole mumblings around here is, damn it, they've done it again.
Everybody was,
Can you shed a little light on this situation, how they make it work, how this kind of transpires and develops?
Yeah, and I understand. Like, look, that is a natural reaction for people to have because of Vegas kind of has the evil empire branding at this point. What I would say though is I don't know all the circumstances, but Robin Lehner was pretty open during his career about some of the struggles he's had with addiction issues, with mental health challenges. Obviously, he hasn't played in the league in 2 years with the hip related surgery that he had, and so I think that there's some unique circumstances to how they arrived at this point, and quite honestly, from what I've been told, is Vegas probably could have just terminated his contract outright, which would have arrived at the same point from a cap perspective. It would have meant that they didn't have his cap charge this year, but they wouldn't have paid him the money he was owed. And so, I don't have a full window into what's going on with Robin Lehner, but I don't think it's fair to say it's a tough situation in his life. And so, I think the compromise that was made is unusual. But, because of the circumstances for those that are fully up to date on them, I think everyone was comfortable with where they landed. So, this to me this actually might be Vegas is probably doing a former player a favor in a sense, or doing right by a former player, maybe a better way to put it, by honoring the financial part of his contract. But, certainly it does change the perspective though. The teams that don't have to operate in LTIR, they basically accrue cap space through the year. I just think it makes the deadline period a little bit more easy for them to maneuver when they're making trades. And so who's made bigger trades more consistently than the Golden Knights? I mean, they're already on my radar, and we haven't even seen a game played yet that they're going to be in on everything this year.
Oh, they'll get somebody. They always just like it's like the Kansas City Chiefs all the time. It's just like, oh, there's no way they could bring another guy. Oh, they did. Okay, well, that's probably what it'll be with Vegas. Chris, before I let you go, just quickly, wrong goalies. I just have to ask you, how tired are you of texting people about the Swayman situation and tweeting about the Swayman situation? Do we get a resolution here at some point?
They got to, right? I mean, if he starts missing, if he's not signed by Wednesday next week, I mean, he's giving up something like $40,000 a day on an $8 million a year contract. And there are ways, if he does sign, let's say 3 weeks from now, there are ways that he can make back some of that money with the way they structure the deal. But some money will be lost forever. He doesn't get it all back. It creates bigger cap headaches for the Bruins if they sign him in season versus if they get it done here before the opening night rosters go in. I don't think they definitely have been far apart in negotiations. This has been a long process, obviously an emotional one, but I just feel like cooler heads will prevail at the finish line, but they're not done yet. And I'll say this, sometimes I get tired of situations. I'm not tired of this one because it's been a little bit more entertaining. Yeah. Sometimes it's frustrating when you're not hearing anything. I mean, there's been a lot playing out publicly here. Just the evidence, I can see people clicking on stories. Like people are engaged in the story. So, I haven't minded covering this one, and I think it's kind of an intriguing case because, usually a goaltender, usually someone in Swayman's position doesn't push a team this hard, but obviously he believes pretty strongly in his side of things. And let's face it, the team traded away his partner, Linus Ullmark, last year. They need him. So I think it's going to get done, but that's more gut feeling than any specific intel I've received in the last day or so.
Before I let you go here, I saw some people in the chat asking about what's on the hat. What hat are you wearing? What is that?
It's just a local company, like a mom and pop shop in Toronto called North Standard Trading Post. It's a bear, and that's basically their thing. Literally just a couple that I don't even know them personally, but they put the bear on all kinds of things.
I love it.
And
I love it. Support.
I like it too. Yeah, that's the deal. I'm not paid by them or anything. I just I met them once when I went into their store, and I keep buying their products because
it's got people talking. I mean, the logo alone is like, okay, cool. Just a random bear on a hat. I like that. Chris, thanks for the time today, man. Looking forward to doing it this season, and we'll catch up next Friday.
Right on. We'll have real games to talk about then.
I know. I can't wait. In fact, I saw Chris tweet earlier today. Regular season actually begins today.
Devils and Sabres.
We got that going on. Oh, Prague too. Yager will probably be in attendance.
Yeah, some people also in the nasty chat discussing Philip Broberg's numbers from last night.
Do we want
I just saying.
What were Holloway's numbers? Because I saw
Holloway.
I saw St. Louis say Holloway was going to play first line.
He tweeted that yesterday. Zeros. He had a +1, 17 minutes ice time. Had a shot, but Philip Broberg, a goal and an assist, +3, close to 19 minutes of ice time, 3 shots, a block.
Maybe, just maybe, should have made him a priority on July
last
1.
year's
I'm
pickleball
just throwing it out there.
Yeah,
I just
former pickleball champ.
throwing it out there. Got into it a little bit yesterday on Two Guys and a Goalie as well, which is on noons. It's on at noon on Tuesdays and Thursdays here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Hey, I gotta say, how good is Chris Johnston?
He's great.
Hey, this is a nice ad.
That's right in.
Gonna miss MJ. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I do like
Mystic
Mike Johnson a lot. Mystic Mike, he's a beauty. We're still gonna have him on sporadically throughout the season. But
he was
Chris
a warrior.
Chris
he was
is a nice ad.
from all sorts of places, and it was always kind of jumbly and everything.
Yeah, no, he was great.
Yeah.
So yeah, very much looking forward to having Chris on all year. Tell your friends. If you're watching over on YouTube today, we're 9 away from changing 200 before 7:30. Let's go. Hammer the thumbs up for us. That would be great. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or EdmontonSportsTalk.com, you can chime in over there. KR is in and says, guys, Klefbom and Price had career-ending injuries as well. Where were the Oilers and Habs LTIR relief? Well, yesterday in the release, or in the story that Emily Kaplan wrote over on ESPN, did say it was being viewed as, what was it? What's the word? Like never before seen circumstances.
Yes.
Like unprecedented. Unprecedented circumstances. So you heard Chris say in this situation, they could have just terminated the contract and it wouldn't have any sort of cap hit anyway. So they just basically paid him, but they would have been off the cap hit no matter what, apparently. So I understand the frustration we saw yesterday, right when we kicked off on Two Guys. And
the memes come out and everything, and it's Vegas, but so I kind of wanted the soothing explanation to say, hey, this is what it is. And
Trav, give us the changing 200, buddy. Let's do that.
Is it or not?
Changing 200.
God, the rookie of the year continues to have himself a day. This is unbelievable. All right, let's do this for Cool Bet today. We're gonna have a huge NFL show on Cool Bet today, or on Lock Shop today from 11 to 12. Possibly me, Huss, Jake, and Pat. Just 4 guys talking NFL betting.
Like a round table.
It's going to be a great time. But I do want to get into to this right now in this segment. And let's take a look at some futures when it revolves around the Edmonton Oilers. All right. So as of right now, over on CoolBet, if you would like to bet on the Oilers, coolbet.com, sign up for an account, use the code LOCKSHOP when you do, and you'll get a 100% deposit bonus on your initial deposit up to $200. All right. So you deposit $100, they'll give you a bonus $100. The Edmonton Oilers are the Stanley Cup favorite right now, plus 680. Pretty significant difference because the Panthers, the defending champs, those darn Panthers, they're 9-1. They're plus 900. Who the hell are you all of a sudden? The Devils have the 3rd best odds to win the Stanley Cup. What did I miss? Markstrom makes that much of a difference? What else happened in New Jersey? What am I missing in New Jersey? Anyway, the Devils are at 10-1. The Stars are at 11-1. Unjustifiably, the Leafs are plus 1150. Then you get to Colorado at 12-1. The Rangers at 14-1. The Hurricanes at 14-1. And Vegas at 14-1. The Norris Trophy. You were wondering, where's Bouchard? Where's Bouchard on this list? Bouchard he's tied with Adam Fox for the 3rd best odds to win the Norris Trophy. Cale Makard's a plus 275. Heavy favorite, actually. Quinn Hughes is plus 600. And then Fox and Bouchard are 7-1. The Vezina Trophy. Stewie Skin's even here. Yep. Ooh. Plus 5,000.
Swayman.
Where is Swayman? Second from the top. Yeah. Okay, you got to get him in there. Yeah. Who do I like for that? I mean, Hellebuck, Swayman, and Shesterkin are all 7-1. So it's a 3-horse race there. The Rocket Richard, Austin Matthews minus 115. Pasternak and Leon plus 650. Connor McDavid plus 750. Zach Hyman 25-1. Art Ross Trophy, McDavid's a minus 154. Not a lot of value on it. I'd still bet it. Draisaitl's plus 1250 on that front as well. So those are some of the season-long award winners that you could look at if you want to get in on the Edmonton Oilers fund over at CoolBet today. Soupy Pigeon says, guys, Cool Bet parlay, McDavid, Art Ross, Conn Smythe, Bouchard, Norris, and Oilers Cup. Oh, man, you know what? I don't know about a Bouchard, Norris, but I got some time for it. I could get the boys at Cool Bet to put this together. I think. I don't know how they would do it, but they could probably do it. McDavid, Art Ross, McDavid, Hart, McDavid, Conn Smythe, Oilers Cup.
The McDavid triple.
The full sweep.
The dig in.
You know what it is? It's the picture of him with all the trophies.
Yeah.
Except now the Stanley Cup smack dab in the middle of it. Jake, I don't know if you're listening. I'll bring it up later on the lock shop, but could we get like the McDavid super parlay where the entire city could ride on the Hart, the Art Ross, the Conn Smythe, and the Cup?
Dig in, Jake.
If that happens, if they can get that to us, and they'll probably put a max bet on it because I know I would, that might be the end of Cool Bet right there. Because all of Edmonton's going to bet that. And if he does it, Cool Bet's going to be like, sorry, we have to shut our doors.
But what a way to go out.
I mean, a brilliant way to go out. A real fun way to go out.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think it's a really fun way to go out. If it's not us, it'll be Hustler. I mean, Huss is going to take him down at some point. I think at this point, Huss has shares in Cool Bet with how well the great run he's been on.
Yeah, Bronx the Boilermaker. I enjoy the lock shop. It's very informative. I don't gamble, but it's a good show. So there you go.
You know what? That's what we're going for.
Yeah.
Huss and I always thought we had nice chemistry. We think it's a good show. We're trying to push it to at least get nominated for an Esty next year.
Yeah.
Like what other show is delivering you copious amounts of money and profit? You know, that's one of them. That's one of them. I think it's thank you for saying that. I'm glad you enjoy it. If you haven't checked out the lock shop, it's just a good sports talk show. Yeah, simple as that. Yeah. We are live out at South Fort Chev today. Swing on by. We are going to be here all day. Not Eric and I specifically, but the station. This is the first time we've taken the station on the road for 12 straight hours. We started at 6 o'clock this morning. Eric's got his Oktoberfest hat. This guy. Let's swing on by. We got our Nerf guns. They brought Nerf guns. It's going to be a fun day. Hangout 9 to 11. Lock shop 11 to 12. Oil stream, great oil stream today. Final preseason game. We're going to get into that coming out. So the fan zone, we'll go there. But yeah, come on out and see us today. South Fort Chev, like from the edge of the city. It's like 10 minutes. It's a quick drive. Drive a little, save a lot. Great saying, actually.
Yeah,
I also like the one on the hoodie here. Hold my arm up.
Yeah.
Your drive is our passion right there. They should actually open up a hoodie store because this is one of the most comfortable hoodies I ever had in my entire life. All right, let's get into the EST flyaway to LA.
Survey Brett's been waiting.
For what?
The word.
Oh, calm down, Brett. We'll get it.
You're killing me with no word.
All right, here we go. EST flyaway to LA. 2 tickets, Clippers Warriors. 2 tickets, Rams Cardinals. 2 tickets, Edmonton versus either the Kings or the Ducks. Flights, accommodations, that's hotels, and a car rental. All brought to you by 780. Homegrown local shop right here in Edmonton. Actually, I don't have the word. Trev, you got the word back in the studio? You find the word, Trev.
I do have the word, yes.
Okay, you got the word. Perfect. 780 is both the shop name and their in-house clothing brand that celebrates all things unique to E-Town. They also work close with 100 local vendors from the 780 area code to help promote their brands to get them off the ground. Like just a great community shop. My buddy Edster, Eddie the Gambler.
Yes.
He said, man, he goes, he's coming in to do the game. He'll be arriving at some point today. He's coming in to produce the game tomorrow, the Elks game. And he said yesterday we're on a Zoom call. And he goes, man, as soon as I hit the airport, I'm going to that 780. Well, there's a tons of great swag there,
right there
if you're a fan of the local club. And I said, well, you'll love it because there's one right there at the outlet mall by the airport.
Absolutely.
Edster, if you're listening this morning, get that Bird of Beef underwear too. That's what we're talking about. Real nice stuff. They have stores in Southgate, Londonderry, Kingsway, St. Albert, the outlet mall by the airport, 780.com. It's the word 7, number 80.com, 780.com. Trev, the key word I'm going to learn it for the first time here too. Trev, put it up on the screen when you're ready. The key word today is...
Dun, 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 dun. 1 second.
Waiting for the word.
Dun,
so waiting. Gudis.
As in Radko Gudis.
As in Radko. Who came up with the word today? Low tide? What is this?
Day
Pretty
3?
brutal.
As in Radko Gudis. Today's word is Gudis. G-U-D-A-S. Text G-U-D-A-S right now.
It's your captain.
To the Paris Jewelers inbox. He is a captain, isn't he?
It's your Ducks captain, baby.
God. Well, the one that got away.
Yeah.
Text Gudis right now to 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. We'll give you about 5 minutes to get in the draw for the EST Flyaway to LA, presented by Edmonton Sports Talk and 780. And on the other side here, we're going to get into the fan zone. Answer this question. Is this team better than last year's team heading into the season? That's the fan zone today for Fans First. Is this team better than last year's team? What say you? 780-218-9999. Hit us up in the nasty chat as well. And Herm Edwards, the coach. You play to win the game, just like Kirk Cousins in primetime. We'll break down last night's game, set up the weekend with the coach, Herm Edwards, coming up here in probably about 12 minutes time. Don't go anywhere. Let's get to a sports update right now with Lieutenant Eric.
Kirk Cousins crossing for a career-high 509 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Falcons win it in overtime, 36-30 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You can join me back at Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge Monday as we wrap up Week 5 when the Chiefs host the Saints. Week 18 in the CFL kicking off tonight with a doubleheader. Ticats are at home to the Bombers at 5, while the Stamps visit the Lions at 8. Elks at home to the Riders tomorrow at 5. You can join Maddie and Milne at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. They'll have your green and gold kickoff show coverage getting underway at 4 o'clock right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. And you can also join EST hours prior to kickoff at the Elks Tailgate for the 2024 Elks Tailgate Chili Cook-Off just west of Commonwealth Stadium. Oilers round out the preseason tonight in Vancouver. Tom Gazzola has your GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage starting at 7 o'clock here on EST. Regular season puck drop next Wednesday at home to the Jets. Puck drop in the regular season goes this afternoon from Prague between the Sabres and Devils. Action gets underway at 1 o'clock Mountain. Oil Kings are on the road this weekend for a pair. They'll visit Brandon tonight and tomorrow night in Regina to take on the Pats. 5 games around the AJHL this evening, 10 in the BCHL, including Sherwood Park at home to Spruce Grove, Okotoks visiting Penticton, while Cranbrook hosts Black Falls. Pete Alonso's go-ahead 3-run shot in the 9th, sending the Mets to the NLDS. With a 4-2 victory over the Brewers, the divisional rounds start tomorrow at 11:08 when the Guardians host the Tigers. Golden Bears football tonight from Foot Field as they host the UBC Thunderbirds. Kickoff at 7, and puck drop on the regular season for Golden Bears hockey as they're on the road against Grant McEwen. Sports update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. Check them out today at parkmazda.ca. Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button. Thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki in a tuxedo t-shirt because it says, like, he wants to be formal, but he's also here to party too.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Chris Johnston, you are for real, for real, for real, for real, for real, for real. Chris Johnston, you are now the new interim head coach of the Edmonton Elks. They have a great receiving corps, and now you got to get the defense to stop a few plays here and there so you can win a damn football game. For real, for real. The fan base wants a win, so let's get out there and do it. Let's get out there and get the up to win the Grey Cup and celebrate with the boys with us. It's clock dog. For real, for real, for real. For real, for real, for real. Let's go, Elks.
Hey, I had an email from John T. Victoria say he's working on a new song. John T. Victoria sees what's happening with Zach DeCombe and like our Ice Cube and Clausen and then Whale and the Wolf, and he's like, I gotta get in the mix for Song of the Year at the Estes. So
he would be waiting in the reeds.
Oh yeah, we knew it was coming. We knew that hammer's coming down over the top. Like that's on the way. Trev is going to be calling somebody right away. One of our lucky listeners is going to qualify for that EST flyaway to Los Angeles, presented by 780. And then Herm Edwards is going to be by the Fan Zone today for Fans First. Your tickets all season long, by fans, for fans, no fees. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the cheapest way to get in the door at Rogers Place. Check them out, www.fansfirst.ca. The Fan Zone. I asked a question earlier. And Trev, let me know when you have the caller, and we'll go there, and then we got Herm coming up. Is this team better than last year's team heading into the season? Now, you can text us. I know the inbox just took a real pounding here, but there are some that rolled in, like old Nielsen says, guys, I don't think the Oilers are better this year. Defense is an issue. The nature boy is in it, says, are the Oilers better? Offensively, most definitely. Defensively, most definitely not. I've stocked up on antacid to deal with the ulcer. I know that they're going to give me the fan zone. Like we said, we really like when you tag your fan zone text with the fan zone. So let's do that. The Nasty Chat actually had some pretty instant responses here as well. It's just your average Canadian says, yes, this team is better. Jimmy Onishi says, no Holloway. Josh Brown is too close to making the team. David Schmidt over on YouTube today. If you're watching on YouTube, can we change 300 before 8 o'clock? First time in a while, but I think we can get there.
It's doable.
People love the road show. Hammer the thumbs up. David Schmidt says, guys, unfortunately, I don't think the team is better than last year, but by the trade deadline, I think the team will look differently than it does now, which is fair. Zulu makes a great point, too. Zulu says, guys, if one defenseman is the only problem this year, how can the team not be better? All right, so he's saying if the only issue is, do you have somebody that you can rely upon playing next to Darnell Nurse? If that's the only issue with the team, then how can they not be better? Which is a fair point from Zulu today.
I think Connor Brown, again, coming off that season that he had, we all knew the surgery, the injury. He obviously turned it up later on in the season. You had the emergence of that third line, which, again, maybe lightning in a bottle, but maybe not. They all chose to come back, and we know the chemistry that they brought to the fore. We don't know. I mean, a few question marks up there as well with Skinner. Looks like Arvidsson's connecting with Draisaitl right now, but I think maybe a Vasily Podkolzin pop as well surprises some people. So you got to love what they're doing with the forward group. I think that's goes without saying. And to echo Rip City's step, why not use 4 forwards and a defenseman if you can, sometimes situationally? But certainly, as you said, it's the blue line, and maybe the depth is a bit of a concern. But if that Nurse partner, if you can fill that void, you got to talk.
And by the deadline, they will.
They will. So today,
or maybe Emberson is a stud.
Well, and that's who knows? Maybe Stetcher. Who knows? But yeah, the question today is, are they better? Well, maybe you can answer no, given that void beside Nurse. But again, as you say, you expect that to be filled, and as you move along, you could argue that it is a better team. Stuart Skinner, another year under his belt, a long cup run as well, and experience. So why not? I mean, I think you can say there's some lowercase question marks with some of the additions in the forward group, and certainly the big one is on the blue line next to Nurse. But I think a lot of those will be answered whether internally or externally, especially on the blue line.
Your thoughts on this right now? 780-218-9999, the fan zone. Trev, we do have our qualifier for the EST Flyway to LA.
Yes, we do.
All right, who do we got today?
His name is Chris.
All right, let's go to Chris. Chris, is this Chris with a K or is it Chris with a Ch?
1 second. Got to reconnect it. My bad.
That's good. We'll come back to it.
I think Podkolzin will end up on the third line over Janmark after a while and be close to what Holloway would have been in that spot. So that's an interesting for the fan zone.
Library Pat is in and says, guys, 3D from last year's top 7 gone and replacements are worse. Ergo. Oh, how about that? Using an Ergo. I've never used Ergo in my life. I don't even technically know the right way to use it. Anyway, it says, ergo, they're not better right now, today. The fan zone. The fan zone.
Again, today, that's the question. You can't weasel out and say they'd be better if they do this and that.
How does the definition of ergo? When do you use ergo?
I think you can just drop it whenever.
I'm going to start doing that, man.
I see how many times you can use it with Herm coming up.
Yeah. See, I don't know when I would technically use it there. All right, Trev, let's go to Chris. Chris, congratulations, man. You're a qualifier today.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, who would you bring with you down to LA during the holidays here?
Well, it's my wife and mine 15-year anniversary. Sure, I don't think I'm going to make it to 16, so.
I was going to say 15th anniversary, probably. Can you imagine delivering a trip like this to your wife for her 15th wedding anniversary and tell her it came from a sports talk station online? Like, that's an unbelievable
story. She'd be over the moon.
Yeah. She might even start listening.
Or you can take credit for all of it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I like what you should do is that you should pretend if you win it that you planned it all, but she secretly listens and know that you won it, and then you also won't make 16 years. That's a great way to go about it. All right, Chris, well, you're one step closer, man. Tell your friends about the trip we're giving away here at Edmonton Sports Talk, and best of luck.
Perfect. Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Seems like a nice guy.
A real good guy.
EST Flyway to LA, brought to you by 780. Check them out. Number 7 or word 7, number 80.com. They got tons of great local swag. And I've got all the shirt sizes for our staff. Yes. And I'm going to text him to a door, and he's going to get us great swag, which is perfect. All right, let's get back into the fan zone here. We'll go for a few more minutes, and then Herm Edwards is going to slide in as well. Dean in Medicine Hat says, guys, this sounds like the Oilers are looking for internal improvements. This give me flashbacks of the Blue Jays this year, and we know how that turned out.
You don't have to bring them up. I don't.
Yeah, no, I don't. We're not comparing them.
Come on,
no chance. That's not happening. Oh, I see Trev timed out Alberta Shank in the YouTube chat. That's probably a good idea. DJ Petron says, guys, that sounded like a real Chris with a K kind of guy. Yeah, maybe. Loomis says, guys, I have my reservations about bringing back the Hen Brown Mark line as a whole, as a third line.
I mentioned lightning in a bottle. I don't know if that's still a...
Yeah, but I don't think we're going to be in a situation where we're sitting here watching those guys play together for 60 games.
Yeah, fair enough.
There will be some ups and downs with the roster, and I'm sure Knobloch will move things around. I saw somebody earlier on say, well, guys, where are we at on the goaltending then this year? And I have to tell you, I think the goaltending's fine.
Yeah, what do you mean where we at? With
I mean,
what's leading the question there?
You can win a Stanley Cup. Some people might call this a hot take. I don't. I think it's reasonable. You can win a Stanley Cup with Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard as your goalies. Mostly it'll be Skinner.
Yeah.
Especially get the playoffs. Stuart Skinner is a Stanley Cup caliber winning goaltender. You don't have to be Shesterkin, and Shesterkin hasn't.
It helps you greatly if you have one of the 5 I think we've identified around the league. I mean, that's
maybe.
And you mentioned the Devils there too. Maybe it increases the odds. But yes, we saw it last year. I mean,
I think you can win a cup with Skinner.
Yeah.
I think you can win a cup with Skinner. I'm not overly concerned about the goaltending, man.
Matt Hyman says, I don't have anything to add except the fan zone.
Yeah, I mean, that's always important. Just sometimes that's fun.
Yeah, right? That's good enough.
The fan zone. How about Tube Socks? He just went on and bought one of those bear hats from Ontario because Chris Johnston was wearing
my
it.
Goodness.
Yeah, you know what? I have to tell you, advertising works.
I hope CJ wears a different cap every hit. Wouldn't that be something?
Penner's Pancakes says, Dusty, there is no need to worry about the goaltending.
Amishman 19 says, I don't think Skinner will get the yips as bad this year. And maybe from again, all the badges he collected last season with the long run.
Look, man, here's the thing with Skinner. Like, Ziploc Smart.
Yeah.
First time I think I've seen you over there. Shout out. Thanks. Stick around. Oilers season coming up. Tons of great content. Skinner is just, Skinner was just now supposed to be taking over this job, right? They brought in Jack Campbell to sort of be the 1A and allow Stuart Skinner to work his way into the job. And then Campbell becomes a tire fire and they thrust Skinner into things ahead of schedule. And now I think because he's got that experience, as he hits his prime, you're probably in a better spot than you would be if you got a couple years out of Jack Campbell.
He's got the battle scars. He's got the war wounds. He's learned what it takes. And again, getting as far as they got, you know he can get you there. And it's not like they lost. I mean, a 2-1 Game 7 loss. Chris G asks, is Kelvin Pickard hurt, though? ? Maybe that was the question on the goaltending.
Tommy said a couple of days ago he's already taken shots. So I think he'll probably be fine. But, you never, you'll see what happens. We're not doctors.
Ooh, KCF back in the fray. Skinner was below average in playoffs.
KCF. Thanks for the text, KCF. Penner's Pancake says, guys, Skinner was 905 last year and they went to Game 7. He just has to be like 908 to 912.
But now the question is with the defense in front of him, right? I mean, the two go hand in hand. And if we're concerned about the defense sitting here this morning, then how much more pressure does that put on a Stuart Skinner?
Like at any point in the summer, did we sit here and have a day on the station when we're like, the Oilers lost the cup because of Stuart Skinner?
Well, no.
Like that wasn't even part of the conversation.
But moving forward now, how much are they going to have to rely and lean on him due to, the lack of depth or perhaps, and I use air quotes, the deficiencies that may come on defense?
Regular season, sure. Once you get to the playoffs, you're going to lean on him no matter what anyway.
Yeah,
So,
and they're going to have somebody else in that role and everything such as that. But
780-218-9999. That'll get you into the Paris Jewelers inbox today. If you're watching over on YouTube, you can hammer the thumbs up for us. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. We did hit that 10.3K as we make our push up towards 11,000 subs, which would be great. Miranda down in YYC says, good morning, guys. Normally, I wouldn't be concerned about goaltending, but behind this defense, I am a little concerned. Plus, Skinner has to repeat or improve his performance, which isn't always guaranteed. Markstrom, cough, cough. That comes from Miranda down in YYC. So Jason is in and says, guys, I can't say it enough. Nurse needs a major turnaround this season. Yeah, I don't think it's too much a stretch to say.
The needle's stuck in the groove there, I think.
But if Darnell Nurse locks it down and can be the guy who elevates the play of his partner, regardless of who it is, and we're not sitting here come February and March and saying they need to bring in a veteran right shot D-man who can stabilize Nurse. If we're not saying that stuff, the Oilers are probably going to win the Stanley Cup. I honestly believe that. If Nurse can put his game together this year, Edmonton Oilers win the Stanley Cup, which is why it drove me crazy last year when he said what he said in the playoff, when he was like, it's just hockey. And I'm like, listen, man, you're costing your team a chance. And then, it was after that he kind of woke up and played a little bit better through the rest of the playoffs. So
Zulu's right behind the Nurse Revenge Tour, taking them to a cup.
A Nurse Revenge Tour leads to a Stanley Cup. I mean, it's just that. I honestly believe that's the key. If Nurse can play at a level where you're like, man, Nurse isn't doing too much. He's just he's being solid defensively, not making any mistakes, reading the play well. They'll win the Stanley Cup.
Craig says, again, we keep worrying about Skinner when we have never had an above average D.
And I think last year's D was close to, I think that was above average.
I think it was above
I think
average.
last year's defense was above average. Was it top 5 in the league? No, but I think it was above average. I think that's
YouTube Trev getting the drops here. Hey,
I think that's pretty fair. What's that?
Above average. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's YouTube Trev's YouTube channel. Trev, do we have Herm? Are you trying to get a hold of Herm?
He is, I have not got a hold from him yet.
I love this.
He hasn't responded yet.
I love Herm. We'll track him down. You know what? I should have fired him a text yesterday. This is kind of on.
Well, you weren't on your phone. You were enjoying.
I was enjoying a great meal.
Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
At Ruth Chris. I always worry that I can't believe I can't wear a hat in there. I don't think I've ever been to such a fancy place. I like
you had your button-up shirt on.
I said, well, this would have been my hair at dinner last night. This is me at Ruth Chris with my hair last night, looking like this. And I was at a table with 4 bald guys.
Bald guys, yeah.
So it's like, what is better? The 4 bald guys who were looking terrific, great guys, or me having hair, but it looks like this?
You should start a band.
4 bald guys and a guy with hair.
You got something going on there. I don't know. I mean, it's a traveling sideshow.
Anyway, that was my hair situation last night.
Ruth Chris.
I didn't mind it. It's some people go for that look now. It's a natural, messy look.
Actually,
it's very popular now.
Setting the trends, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's pretty important. All right, 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Hoping to track down Herm. I should have texted him a reminder yesterday. If we can't track him down. It's not on him today. That would be on me. I'll remember to text him. It's all right. We had Chris Johnston today, who was a good enough guest for the entire show. You know?
Oh yeah.
He was real nice.
Great and a hell of a hat. They'd let him wear that at Ruth Chris Steakhouse, I'm sure, if he tried to walk in there.
It is a tough place to say.
I
always feel like I'm saying it wrong. Ruth Chris. Is it Ruth's Chris or Ruth Chris?
No, Ruth's
Ruth's Chris. Yeah.
Ruth Chris.
Tough thing to say. If we do track down Herm, or even if we don't, when Herm is on, he'll be brought to you by Pro-Am Sports, your locally owned sports memorabilia and apparel specialist. NFL Legends jerseys from Mitchell & Ness are on sale now. Save on names like Moss and Dion and Elway and Manning and more. Is that Eli or is it Peyton? I like the idea of somebody goes in and says, I'm here for a Manning jersey. And the Cooks and boys are like, we only brought in Eli's.
Well, it's the kid from Texas. Huh? Old Arch.
Arch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks good.
Oh, he looks real good.
Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah, Arch looks nice. Located in Edmonton in the corner of St. Albert Trail, 128th Ave, online at proonsports.ca. So, yeah, if you're an NFL fan, you're looking for some of those jerseys, they got a sale on them right now. Somebody said it's Ruth Chris. I thought it was no, it's Ruth's.
Ruth Chris, because there's a history behind it. It was called Ruth's Steakhouse, and then Chris bought it.
That's Ruth's Chris.
Yeah. There's a long history. There's a big story.
Anyway, pretty good steak last night. I'll say that.
And the sides too. Eh?
It was real nice. Yep. Big Uke is in, says out of nowhere, just fire Josh Brown into the sun and they are golden. This is they'll continue
I don't think
here.
he's going to lose the cup.
Let's continue this Oilers conversation because the season's so close. We said yesterday on Two Guys, I saw somebody else tweet it last night too. I think Original Puzar had retweeted somebody who tweeted it. Like it just with how the preseason has gone. With the guys you currently have in camp, the logic, and I would think with what I'm about to say, like literally 99% of the fan base would be on board with this, and there's always 1% error, right? Isn't that how it always works? So the other 1% are just wrong. Like this is logically what should happen. Ty Emberson gets to start with Darnell Nurse. You sign Dermott to a deal. League minimum. Dermott or Stetcher play with Kulak. Whoever's not in the lineup that night is your seventh defenseman. So you got Stetcher, Dermott is your seventh D-man. And Brown gets sent down. Like that I think is what everybody sort of thinks should happen. Now, does it happen is a different question. And I'll be very curious to see how this plays out after the preseason game tonight. Because outside of that, I don't think there's any other questions that you like. What else with the last preseason game tonight? Last preseason game for the Canucks as well. What other questions still need to be? What the lines are going to look like. I guess you have to know if Philp's going to make the team or not.
Yeah, there's another interesting.
That would still be there as well.
But I mean, not as red meaty as what we were talking about on the blue line. But I think you laid it out nice, and I think Travis Dermott as well. We heard. Yesterday from Luke Gazdick and his game and what he brings, that's probably what it's going to be. But again, as we've been kind of reading too from listeners and viewers alike, that who knows, who's to say? Maybe that and this is preseason, and you see a certain game from certain players, but maybe Josh Brown does bring something, or maybe one of them fall off, or maybe, and again, you're just going to wait for the deal, which we still need to get the whiteboard going at the station to kind of get.
We're going to do that
because that's the main thing. That's what we're all going to be waiting for. That's going to happen, but we'll see. And again, I think the Dermott thing is the pleasant surprise in all this. Correct? I mean, I don't know when they brought him in originally on the PTO. Were you all hot and horny and excited and thinking, Travis Dermott's going to play his way up here and make it's a PTO. You never know. Tyson Barrie, by the way,
Tyson Barrie he got a deal over $1 million.
Yeah. So it's kind of I think a pleasant surprise there, but that's probably how it shakes out, and we'll see how these guys kind of take advantage of. And I asked Luke yesterday, is it Dermott specifically, or is he taking advantage of the situation around him? With the lack of, I could sell cars here too if there were no salespeople.
Yeah, that's true. If you were the only salesperson at South Florida, you could sell cars.
Yeah, but I mean, if you got a great staff around you, then it makes it a little tougher for you to do your job and kind of stick out. So I think for a Travis, I think Josh Brown around him.
If you're Dermott, of course the Oilers, if they're going to come to you and be like, "Hey, PTO, he knows Connor very well. They're familiar with him."
Yeah.
He actually has just as good a resume, if not better, than every other guy that he's battling with. It's not like Dermott came in and was like, "Oh man, I got one guy that I think I might be able to beat out." He probably looked at it and went, "I'm better than all three of those guys."
Absolutely.
And he might be.
Yeah,
he might be.
I don't know what that says about your core as a whole, but I mean, sure. If that means less Josh Brown, I think most people are voting for that.
All right, Herm is like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park, the no-show.
I thought you were
on the initial tour. Yeah. Oh my God, Herm's about to connect. I'll take the blame on that one. I should have texted him a reminder yesterday. Herm's a busy guy. I will text him next week, and we will have him in there. All right, if you want to chime in on this conversation, this has led to actually a real good conversation about the Oilers anyway. I am excited for the regular season to begin. We'll see what happens with that preseason game tonight. Is this game
healthy?
This game tonight's on TV. I'm pretty sure, because we're going to have a pre and post game tonight with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Saus. GCL Diesel pre and post game tonight. First post game of the year. If they lose tonight, and like the blue line is suspect, this is going to be a great post game show tonight in a preseason. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Latino
so
Heats again.
That's going to be popping up. That'll be tonight. I was just thinking because I have a. Now this is what I like to do. This is not a fantasy hockey draft. It's a hockey pool draft. We draft it. We leave it. That's it. Tonight, we always rent the. There's like a room at Boston Pizza on Calgary Trail, like a little room off to the side. So we go in there, we draft, and probably watch the preseason game. But it's with my buddy the Hawk.
Yeah.
And Haji
Haji
from Sobeys and Safeway Liquors actually driving up from his luxurious home in Airdrie to grace us with his presence tonight.
And the Hawk will have cut off sleeves as well as
I hope so.
tradition. Hey,
I hope so. That would be great. Jimmy says, "Did you miss Herm?" No, we all missed Herm.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Trev and I could not track Herm down this morning. But we'll get him. We'll get him next week. And I'm on next week in the morning again. I don't know how I feel about this working 5 days a week.
Fridays. Oh yeah.
It's tough.
I won't be.
Oh, you're off next Friday.
It's one of that vacation, the mandated vacation. That
we haven't told anybody who we're grooming to start filling in for us, have we?
I don't think so.
It's a real treat.
Yeah.
We have a new warm body that we are grooming to fill in for us when one of us is gone.
Hell of an ass.
We think you'll like it. So anyway, that'll be popping up in October here as well. All right, let's see.
No, remember, that's a -5 from Matt.
No.
T-Mac rugby guy.
No. I'm taking the minus on that. I hold myself accountable in those meetings. I've only won one of them. How many have we had? 10?
No, that's a great point.
Hey, right? Like I try to be fair. All right, hammer the thumbs up over on YouTube if you're watching. Let's change 300 by the time we're done this update. We have a gift certificate to Mr. Mike's that we are going to get to. So you're going to want to dish that out. We are at Southport Chevrolet today, all a day, 10109 89th Ave in the Fort. Come on out. Oktoberfest vibes. There's going to be food and drinks and giveaways and special deals all day out here. www.southfortchev.com. If you are looking for a pickup truck, they've got a lot of beautiful ones, not going to lie. And if you bring out your vehicle, tell them we sent you. They'll give you an extra $1,000 credit on your trade-in, which is awesome. And they also will not be beaten on any price. And I'm wherever you find a better price, come on here. They'll beat it. Simple as that. www.southfortchev.com. All of our shows here all day. It's going to be a good time. If you'd like to play don't scare me like that. Unbelievable, this guy. Hey, what's the saying? You better call an ambulance, but not for me. Right? That's what that guy does. That's kind of fun. If you like to play kind of easy trivia today, gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual up for grabs. Come and get that right now. Text Trev at 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 is where you can get in. Let Trev know that you like to play kind of easy trivia. We'll pick one of you. You'll end up playing just after 8 o'clock. Mr. Mike's gift certificate on the line. Coming up in the third hour of the show. Kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. We'll get to That Hurts. Do you have something for That Hurts today? I had such a great meal last night. You know, it's tough to have something that hurts today. So we'll get into that. And then Daniel, GM of South Fort Chev, he's going to join us as well. And the wrap for William Huff also to come. Then the hangout will take over here at South Fort Chevrolet. All right, kind of easy trivia. 3 questions on the other side. Let's get to an update right now for Claiborne Services. If you are looking for a job, Claiborne Services is like, hey, over here, we're hiring right now. Take your career to the next level with Claiborne Services. Eric's got more on that with the update.
Week 5 of the NFL kicking off as Kirk Cousins tossed for a career-high 509 yards, 4 touchdowns. Falcons win it in overtime, 36-30 over the Bucs. You can join me Monday back at Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge as they wrap Week 5 when the Chiefs host the Saints. CFL tonight, Week 18 will kick off with a doubleheader. Hamilton at home to Winnipeg. Well, later on at 8, it's the Stamps visiting the Lions. The Elks host the Riders tomorrow at 5. You can join Maddie and Milne at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. They'll have your green and gold kickoff show coverage starting at 4 o'clock right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. And you can also join EST hours prior to kickoff in the tailgate for the 2024 Elks Tailgate Chili Cook-Off. That's happening on the southwest side of Commonwealth. Oilers round out the preseason tonight in Vancouver. Regular season puck drop next Wednesday at home to the Jets. You can join Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas this evening for the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows. Coverage starting at 7 o'clock here on EST. Puck drop in the regular season from Prague this afternoon between the Sabres and Devils. Action gets underway at 1 o'clock Mountain. Oil Kings on the road for a pair this weekend. They're in Brandon tonight and will visit the Pats tomorrow. 5 games around the AJHL this evening, 10 in the BCHL, including Sherwood Park at home to Spruce Grove, Okotoks in Penticton, and Blackfalds visiting Cranbrook. Pete Alonso's go-ahead 3-run dinger in the 9th, sending the Mets to the NLDS. They double up the Brewers 4-2. The divisional rounds kick off tomorrow at 11:08 when the Guardians play host to the Tigers. And Golden Bears football hosts UBC tonight from Footfield. Kickoff at 7, while puck drop on the regular season for Golden Bears hockey tonight as they take on Grant Mac on the road. Take your career to the next level with Claiborne Services. They are hiring all positions, including journeyman bricklayers and apprentices of all levels. Take advantage of their outstanding mentorship program and work with peace of mind knowing they are an industry leader in safety. Visit www.claiborneservices.com or make it easy and give Jeff a call, 780-910-6728.
You better watch your step. All gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes. We win the championship and plan a parade. Step out on the court and it's over quick. All aces to go like Djokovic. You're at the 3-point line, no time on the clock. You don't even need to watch. You know it. 82-0 plus 16 mo. That's a perfect season and a championship. Me and Zach run tracks like Andre DeGrasse and Usain Bolt. You can't handle it. We at the Estes looking for the belt. We the best like Gretzky, Messi, and Phelps. You want to test me? Better bring help. Calm under pressure. You get overwhelmed. It's all gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes. We win the championship and plan a parade. All gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes. It's all gas, no brakes. We win the championship and plan a parade.
Let's kick it off, gotta cheer for your team. The city of champs, win the gold and the green. Ice in my veins and the turf on my feet. Keeping it up on the waves and the streams. Dusty, Trevin, LTE, Tommy G, Matty I, Jay and Jasmine. After that it's 1-3. We got the smoker cooking up with the Latino heat. 3-6 on the drive. You know we score when we go live. It's Reed Wilkins and J Mill to glue the seams. Man, really, it's a dream. It's just been a year, but it's clear no one else got us beat. Our own beer and our own booze, and now this. Man, really, it's hard to believe. Great hosts, better guess, all works, no breaks, no rest. Get the check, hit the mark, no mistakes. We the GOAT like LeBron James or MJ. Anyways, here's to you. You the nasties through and through. Couldn't do this without you, and it's true. Man, here's to year 2.
Here's to year 2. Here's to year 2. Couldn't do it without you. So here's to year 2. EST. It's all gas, no brakes. 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 We win the championship and plan a parade. It's all gas, no brakes. 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 We win the championship and plan a parade. You better watch your step. The clear choice of sports is no competition. If you're debating, you're hating it, you just don't listen. Go, 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 go. It's all gas, no brakes.
Oh, Josh Clausen, what a stud. Brought Ice Cube along for the ride. That's all gas, no brakes. You can find it on the Much Music Countdown.
Well, who's bringing who along for the ride? Hey,
that's a really good point. It's nice to see Zach becomes the guy who finally got Clausen his big break in the rap game. I knew that was meant to be. If you're watching over on YouTube today, we're 19 away from changing 300, so hammer the thumbs up over there. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, of course, you can text us And we'll get to a few more of your text messages. We work our way through. One of you will win text of the day for A&W. We are live today at 10109 89th Ave in Fort Sask at Southport Chevrolet, presenting sponsor of the Nielsen Show. We brought all the shows out here today. Somebody said, hey, are you guys during commercial breaks test driving this Corvette behind us? And I don't know how I would fit in one of those, to be honest with you.
There's one out this morning.
I saw that. It was very nice. Very nice. I almost stole it.
Well,
it was sitting there.
You had the chance,
and it was just running, and that would have been the end of everything we're doing. But
Norm and I
have to tell you,
this morning,
thought about it briefly. Yeah. But it would have been suck if you tried to steal a car and then I can't get in and I'm stuck partway. They're like, help me. What are you doing? Oh, I was just trying it out. I totally wasn't going to
get out of there, sir. I can't.
Yeah, I can't. You caught me. All right. 780-218-9999. Coming up in this hour, Daniel from Southport Chev is going to join us. He's going to hop on the show here. We're going to talk Nerf guns. We're going to talk fantasy football. We're going to talk about this Corvette right behind here. I think he was the guy who was driving it. I asked him what he would have thought today if I stole his car this morning.
At gunpoint.
Yeah. Hey, I like your Corvette.
Boom. You need a holster in your ankle for that puppy. Eh?
Yeah. Well, Marshall, when Marshall plays Nerf guns at home, he wears like an adult-sized black vest, and he's got all of his. Because I got this one.
Is he Neo?
I got this. Yeah, he is. I brought this one in. This is huge.
That's the big.
This one you load. How do you load this one? Oh yeah, you click barrel. This. Boom.
Oh.
2 barrels there. Boom. This actually makes me feel pretty cool. And then what's the other one I brought in? Oh yeah, this one's cool. It's got 4. Look at this.
Oh, dope.
It's got 4.
The X shot.
Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, hasta la vista, baby.
This is the one I thought Claire would have with the scope of the grass.
Yeah, yeah. Boom. And I got 10 bullets. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to load that up so when a Wanted comes in, I'm going to shoot him.
That's a great plan.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Look how this is how big they gave me for my bullet bag, but there's only 10 in here.
There we go.
There we go. Marshall probably gave me all the bad ones. All right. Let's play kind of easy trivia. Trev, who do we got today?
We've got Bruce.
Bruce is going to play kind of easy trivia today. Looking to get his hands on a. It's loaded now. Be careful.
Yeah.
My leg.
Safety on.
Trying to get his hands on a gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, the casualest place ever. Home of the classic Mike burger. Maybe the greatest burger of all time. I think it is. You want to go get that? Okay, let's go to Bruce. Bruce, good morning. You ready to play, buddy?
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, you are ready, Bruce. I like it. You're fired up. All right.
Yeah.
You need to get 3 out of 5 correct. All right, Bruce?
All righty.
All right. I'll start the ticker after the first question. Good luck, man. Here we go.
Thank you.
Which team won the NFL Thursday Nighter?
Tampa Bay.
What position does Baker Mayfield play?
Slings at QB.
Who do the Oilers play tonight?
Pass.
Who do the Elks play tomorrow?
Is it BC?
Bruce, that was awful, buddy.
Oh,
You're
boy.
out. You're out. Yeah, I'm going to hit the camera here. You think I can knock the camera over with this thing? Look out, Claire. I don't want to hit you. Oh, did I hit it?
You were close. You just skimmed the top.
I might have hit it.
A little off the top.
That's pretty cool. Man, what was that about? Bruce, you're killing us right now.
What a loser.
That was tough.
Terrible performance.
Look, Bruce, if I bring you on, I go, are you ready? Don't be like, yes, I'm ready. And then blow it like that.
Are we verbing Bruce now? You Bruced it.
You don't want to Bruce that. Which NFL team won the Thursday Nighter? He said Tampa.
Which, again,
50% shot.
You were off your phone. It was overtime, maybe a little late for
I
Bruce.
still know.
I
had a nice meal last night. I still knew that.
At Ruthkrith?
What position does Baker Mayfield play? Says he's slinging in a quarterback.
So
I was like, okay,
a little cocky here.
he's going to get this.
Yeah.
Then he goes, I said, who do the others play tonight?
That's
he passed.
That's a gimme.
He passed on it.
Not a preseason
Unbelievable.
Guy.
And then who do the Elks play tomorrow? I knew he was screwed on that one. Did you say BC?
He said BC at the end before the buzzer went.
Unbelievable. And then, the last one I was going to ask, how many New York teams are still alive in the Major League Baseball playoffs?
I'd say 4.
Yeah. Wow, very disappointing.
Not good on a Friday.
That sucks. The big one. Yeah.
Maybe Bruce with that Ruth Chris last night as well. I love
Chris G says, isn't this easy trivia? Well, it's kind of, this was a very easy. Come on. You tell me you wouldn't have got 5 out of 5 today?
3 out of 5.
Unbelievable. All right, whatever. Move on. Bruce, it's okay. We still love your steakhouse. What's that, Bruce? Doesn't Bruce is the home of the steak?
Bruce is Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
Bruce Steakhouse. All right, let's get into 3 questions too many. For Park Mazda, do you have a liner for the segment?
I do. 3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. They got Nerf guns here, but he's got Super Soakers at his Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
I should do all the shows with one of these.
Oh, you feel powerful.
Makes me feel pretty tough. Like, what's going on, guys?
Yes.
And of course, they continue.
Not first.
The streak continues. Yeah, Norman at Combine was here at 5:40 this morning.
Yeah, he brought the sausage.
He's got the sausage. Jocelyn and Jay have popped. What do you got? Wagon wheels? Awesome. Great idea. I'm going to whip out actually partway through too. Yeah, we'll find out where the snacks are going here. But this place opened at 8 o'clock. So if you want to swing on by, you can. The service center's already rolling. Claire should be back right away. She'll tell you where to put the snacks there.
Thanks, Jocelyn.
And that's terrific. Yeah, that's one of the things that we are doing out here today. There's a couple of different things, but we are.
No. Safety.
No, that was not loaded.
Safety always on.
This one's loaded, and don't piss me off. Let's see here. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. That was a real buzzkill on a Friday show, you know.
Yeah, a little rosy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's what he wanted, eh?
Do you think he did that on purpose?
A sick puppy.
You think he's an FM listener and was like one of those hilarious FM shows put him up to it?
He's getting the beats.
Maybe that's what's going on.
Eh? Yeah.
The Boys and Girls Club of Fort Sask is on site, or they'll be on site today, and we are accepting donations for youth sports programming. They're also in need of school snacks for the kids that partake in their programs. And Jane Johnson just dropped off some wagon wheels. That was awesome.
And that's a good point. I think
that's a
after
real
the show,
nice treat there. Yeah, I'm going to whip out and grab some. I was meaning to bring. What are you going to get?
Well, I didn't know. I wanted to kind of feel
the lay of the land.
Yeah. So,
what did you get? Juice boxes?
Yeah. So, what are we looking for? Like
you know what I'm going to get? I'm going to get those
fruit by the foot.
I want a cheese and crackers with the red stick.
Oh, good luck with that.
Can you still get those?
Still sell those? I don't know.
That would be pretty cool.
Maybe a Lunchable.
I like that. Eric, do you have a Twitter account?
Yes, I do. It's at Lieutenant_Eric. You can follow on Twitter. And give South Fort Chev a follow as well, at South Fort Chev. As, again, we are live today, South Fort, Saskatchewan. And you mentioned it's great to get here, south of the city. So you don't have to go. You don't have to drive it's right there on the edge. So
I was, to be honest with you, and this always happens, I come out here for 2 reasons. Come here today, and then when I'm not working CFL, this is where we do hold the draft. Yes. Of the Spite League.
Yes.
And
back at the scene of the crime.
And every time I head out this way, it's all of a sudden like you start driving on the highway, you get going kind of fast, and then you're like, oh, I'm there. Like it does not take long to get out here.
No.
So swing on out today. I mean, you come out, check out some vehicles if you're interested. But I mean, let's bring a bunch of school snacks out here today for Boys and Girls Club of Fort Sask. I know they would greatly appreciate it. The Fort Sask AAA U17 hockey team will be on location a little bit later with a barbecue, so we can come on. You can come on by. They've got one of the slap shot radar things going to be set up a little bit later on as well.
Wheels says he's going to beat everybody with his massive arms.
Sure he is. All right, so we've got that going on as well. Let's get into 3 questions too many today. Here we go. Question number 1. Good. We haven't even got to this yet because we spent that half hour on the Oilers. But how long of leash is on MBT this week? I can say very long.
Depends who you ask.
I think it's going to be very long.
Yeah,
man.
I mean it's again. I either say it's going to be a choke chain or one of those stretchy telephone cord things that the kids thing, and you can run and run forever. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be one of those cords that look small, but it extends and extends and extends, and he'll be able to run until you don't see him anymore. That's what it's going to be. I think we're making our bed and starting to lay in it here. Hey, or the Elks are.
Well, the Elks are. So let's say they start remotely close to last week, and I don't see it with the Riders, but there's going to be boo birds out
to start.
Well, I think there'll be a round of boos at the beginning because people want to see Trey.
Yeah.
whenever Trey's not playing this year, there's at least one chant a game that says, we want Trey, we want Trey. So you're sitting there now.
So a good start.
A lot
You're
of
already
people
behind the cosh of your fan base.
The season's essentially over. I mean, they have to wing out and get all the help in the world. And you're still not going back to get a look at Trey Ford. So if MBT starts poorly, like if there's 3 straight 2-and-outs, there will be significant boos raining down upon Jarius Jackson. Yeah. And I wonder if he gives in to the crowd and puts Trey Ford into the game.
Well, wouldn't you? If I like talking with the guns. I and you mentioned the start, but again, if they're starting him, and you already come out to that, chorus of you're kind of feels like you're down a score already, does it not? And then that's a hole to dig out of already, and so
and you've got a guy that apparently you're already talking about an extension who's always owned the Riders, and you're not starting him. Like, what's going on here with this team right now? You had 2 months of great buildup, and now you're pissing it all away.
Waving that guy.
I'm gonna be in the booth looking down at Jarius and being like, "This is for the fan base." No, I'm looking forward to calling a pretty entertaining football game.
It should be, yeah. Rivalry game, great weather.
I think the Elks could win, regardless of who's at quarterback. I think they're good enough football team to pull off this win.
Javon Leake coming back.
They're only a 2-point dog. Yeah, and Darius Bratton's coming back.
Yeah.
And chatted with Shivers yesterday. What a great conversation we had yesterday with Shivers, getting ready to call this game on Sunday or on Saturday. And he talked about how much that defense needs Darius Bratton.
Sure.
So they're going to get Darius Bratton back as well. And
Frankie Hickson's starting to run.
Frankie Hickson's going to start.
So I don't know if that means any.
I always still think Frankie Hickson could be a number 1 back.
I think
I asked Mace about that yesterday.
Spelling off of him though would be nice.
Yeah,
not as a feature premier back.
Why not though? Do you think he's just
the size and running between the tackles? Now we shall see. But I don't know if that makes a difference for the Elks and given their size and everything. Maybe that works in their favor, but. Yeah, no, as you said, it should be a good game. And again, this is on the line now. You mentioned they need some help, but you need this one. You needed the one in Winnipeg. We all knew that maybe you wouldn't get that one, but you needed the one at home to the Bombers for sure. This is now the last.
All right, what do you think? Oh, we're 1 away from changing 300. Let's do that today. That's a great note. Hey, we brought in. Somebody brought up some wagon wheels. You want to?
Yeah,
is there a place to do the snacks?
First of the.
Yeah. It's the first little delivery there of snacks for the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, they're
put them in the truck.
Yeah,
that's what the back of a truck is for, right there. I like it. All right, question number 2. If you could only have your eyes on one Oiler tonight for the entire preseason game, who is it? So you can't watch anyone else. Your ISO cam on just one guy tonight.
Well, Emberson.
Emberson, you say, hey?
Changing 300?
Oh, that was a changing 300 right there.
That's a 300.
That's real nice.
I mean, is that an easy answer? Is that am I copping out here on the question?
I just want to cheat. I want to say I want to have my eyes on Emberson and Nurse
Philp
to see how they work as
I think the pairing is fine. It's a two-headed thing. Yeah.
So you're only allowed. You're going to full blown tunnel vision. This is it tonight. You're going to be like this. Okay. Who are you focusing on tonight in the preseason game? 780-218-9999. Krager, I see your text. Not even sure I'm going to get to it. No, I will actually. Maybe we make it that hurts because I'm going to hurt you. We'll get to that.
This does not.
Right? How bad is that text? How bad is that text? Especially this year.
Especially this year. I can understand
horrible take.
A few other years.
Horrible take. We'll get to it. Make it that hurts.
I don't even want to give it air.
I'm thinking rant of the year here. All right, question number 3, guys. Which EST staff member would be the best at selling cars or trucks, like here at Southport Chev?
What do you want in a salesman, hey? I mean, I think we all bring a little something different to the table.
Yeah, we would. You're right. The whole crew brings a little something different to the table, which is good.
Like to walk in and have Reed Wilkins greet you.
I know. I would buy a car from Reed for sure.
He couldn't sell me enough like that type. I got to stay longer than I'd need. Jay is our salesman.
Jay does sales for us.
So
I mean,
he's a natural.
Jay sold furniture for like 20 years.
So
He'd
he would
probably be the best one.
He'd make the top tier cut.
I'll tell you though, I'd be like Reed would be very easier to approach.
You'd walk in, he'd be, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
What, I'd like to buy a vehicle. Oh,
would you like to buy a vehicle today? I'd love to buy a vehicle today. That's something that they would look at.
I think Gager would be very convincing.
I would be
as
the
well.
worst at it.
Player.
Trev, is that you? Were you talking, Trev?
Yeah, sorry guys. I think Gager would be very convincing as well. Like he's got, I love his voice, and he's got the I heard his voice the other day in the K4 financial commercial, and it was just like it's just very like it just calmed me down, and I trust him.
Well, former player too. That's what they do, right? And then they're you sell cars.
I got some money with Gager.
I think the worst,
and he actually turned around a little bit of a profit for me.
I think the question is who would be the worst.
Yeah, no. I don't think I'd be very good at selling cars.
That'd be terrible.
Trying to think. Yeah. I don't like people saying no. It scares me.
Take a sick day.
Ever since I was cold calling for season tickets for the Lethbridge Bulls, and I called a wife and her husband was dead. I was just like, I'm never doing that again. So I couldn't do it. Now, with that being said, people are coming in looking for your product, and you're not going out pushing it.
That's
right?
true.
So
Yeah,
I think that would make a. I think one of us would probably be the worst.
I would not be.
Yeah, I think one of us would probably be the
salesman at
worst.
all.
It's a good question, though.
Can't do it.
780-218-9999. That is 3 questions too many.
Handsome Tommy, a few votes for him.
Oh, yeah, Tommy. I mean, Tommy could sell. Imagine selling cars just on your good looks. Unbelievable.
Salesman of the year.
Yeah, they'd be known as the handsome car man. His handle. All right, let's do that Hurts right now because I gotta get. Okay, I'm gonna get to that text.
This is
I'm
good.
doing it.
In rant.
I'm doing it. Well, I mean, pay attention.
SC on the line.
Pay attention. Don't just pop in briefly and go, well, that's not me, Cole Hardman.
He watched the game.
Come on, let's relax here a little bit. I gotta get to this text. That Hurts brought to you by James H. Brown, the heavy hitters of injury law, studio sponsor on the Reed Wilkins show as well. And right here, That Hurts with us every single day. If you've been injured in an accident, it's very simple. You go to jameshbrown.com and Trent and the crew over there will look after you. Want to pass this along. James H. Brown, these guys are on everything. I mean, as far as charities go, these guys are on everything. James H. Brown Injury Lawyer is the title sponsor now for Ben's Cup. Ben's Cup. There's some availability. If you want to check it out, www.benscup.com. Another, the legacy of little Benny has just been phenomenal in this. There's different events that pop up all the time. Ben's Cup, they're still looking for some U11 and U13 teams. There's still some spots in Ben's Cup, www.benscup.com. Huge shout out to Trent and the crew over at James H. Brown for hopping on board as presenting sponsor of Ben's Cup. They're in on all the great charity stuff. It's very cool, man. I like having them as a partner. All right, let's go to. Are you replying to Craig? This is. Oh,
yeah, you left him on.
Why, Craig? Why you got to be this way, Craig? This hurts me, but it angers me. Actually, this should be that angers me.
From Bruce this morning, I think.
How dare you? Look at this. I'm loaded. I got 2 in the chamber here.
Safety off.
All right, so this one is in and says, guys, here's my hot take. And I've tried watching again many times. I find it very hard to watch the CFL. There always seems to be 1 or 2 teams that are way better than the rest. It's like watching 1 or 2 pro teams versus amateur players and teams year after year. Frankly, it's boring and too predictable. Worst take I've ever seen in my life. And you've actually just confirmed that you have not watched the Canadian Football League this year. So don't come in spitting takes out from watching games 6, 7, 8 years ago. This has been the tightest year we've seen in the Canadian Football League in like 20 bloody years. And you're going to roll in and be like, well, it looks like there's only ever 2 dominant teams. For most of this season, the West has been separated by like 4 or 5 points. It's ridiculous. It's an awful take. I don't even believe that this guy watches the games.
Well, I
think he's just trying to do it to tick me off, and mission accomplished, sir.
He's backpedaling here. Football in both leagues is unwatchable, and now with more commercials than game time, it's even worse.
The NFL. Look, I love both leagues.
Yeah, but
I do love both leagues.
If you're going to compare,
but I also tell you, like,
which team is?
I don't really necessarily want to see 2-yard runs from the running back 3 straight times. The NFL this year has nothing. Last night's game was great, but this is the thing. Like, everybody thinks every single NFL game is just absolutely incredible. You're wrong. There's like 4 great games a week. There's like 4 okay games a week, and there's 4 duds every single week, like god-awful football games. So don't sit here and tell me, like the Kansas City Chiefs have won back-to-back Super Bowls, but no, nobody talks about, wow, there's just one dominant team in the NFL. Nobody complains about that.
How many quarterbacks with over 200 passing yards? You can count them with one hand in the NFL this season.
Yeah, it's becoming a running league, which is not very exciting. But I like both leagues.
Sure.
But what a bad take.
But and a bit of backpedaling here, comparing the two. I think you can compare this CFL season to what we've seen in the NFL.
Don't backpedal. You've already made your bet.
Yeah.
You've already made your bet with a bad take. If there was an SD for worst take of the year, that's the one.
Hands down.
I know you haven't watched or paid attention to the standings this year because it's been as tight a year as we've ever seen.
Well, or the games. You've got photo finishes in at least, 3 out of the 4 every single week, if not all 4. Every week. You're on the calls.
Yeah, I'm on the calls.
Games decided by field goals, points.
That feels better. I could have gone off way worse, but that's enough. That's enough. It's a bad look when the league's been as tight as it's been this year. If you're going to come in with a hot take, at least watch the league because that one is just way too clear. Penner's Pancake says, I like Dusty flailing his hands with the gun.
Yeah,
this is by far my favorite one that Marshall has. I wish you had. You can put bullets in here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then as you're shooting, you're like, boom.
Yeah.
And then it sits in on your shoulder. It's pretty cool. If I was going to hunt Nerf animals, I would use this gun.
I'd buy a car from you. Have to. It's kind of pressure.
All right. On the way next, we are going to catch up with Daniel, who's the GM of South Fort Chev. He's going to hop on the show with us. We're talking a little bit about fantasy football. We're talking a little bit about Nerf guns. We're talking about this sweet truck that you can 4x4 in right now. If that truck was black, it would very much look like the truck that Marty McFly had in Back to the Future. Hey,
you're falling in love.
Yeah, I do like that. I am a truck guy. That's Tammy will kill me.
Well,
check it out, Tim. We got 2 trucks now.
Well, you have a work truck and
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
You need a cruiser.
HR Daddy's gonna text me. Hey, what's this 70 grand on the credit card
here? Yes.
Oh, it's a work truck. That's probably not going to go over very well. All right, let's get to a update. Hey, you know who we are? We're like guys that sit and sleep right now, right? With look at that thing. Oh my God.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's about to get real. That was awesome. Wow. Sit and sleep. The boys are on location there once a month. It's real good. Is Craig back? That's not real.
Craig is not back.
Is that a real one?
Yeah. Man, it's a Friday, hey?
Wow, what a Friday we're in.
Bruce, Craig.
It's a Nerf gun. Somebody's like, had to stop watching because I don't like you pointing guns when my kids are watching.
Toy.
It's a children's toy.
They're made.
It's a children's toy.
They're made for kids.
Where you're acting like we're in the United States and I went to a 7-Eleven and bought a shotgun. It's a Nerf gun. That's weird. All right, let's get to an update for Sit and Sleep.
I am perplexed.
The wrap's coming up. The Hangout's going to be here today as well. And Daniel's going to join us next. Wait till you see what this guy's got. Unbelievable. I got to shoot this. Marshall's going to, he's going to be so mad he's not here today. Take it away, Trev. Give him the update.
Falcons over the Bucks 36-30 in overtime. Kirk Cousins tossing for a career-high 509 yards and 4 touchdowns. You can join me Monday back at Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. We'll wrap up Week 5 when the Chiefs host the Saints. Week 18 in the CFL tonight, a doubleheader. Ticats is home to the Bombers at 5. Lions host the Stamps at 8. Elks and Riders tomorrow at 5 from Commonwealth. Join Maddie and Milne at the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. They'll have your green and gold kickoff show coverage starting at 4 here on EST. You can also join EST hours prior to kickoff in the tailgate for the 2024 Elks Tailgate Chili Cook-Off. That's located just southwest of Commonwealth. Oilers wrap up the preseason tonight out in Vancouver. Regular season puck drop next Wednesday at home to the Jets. You can join Tom Gazzola this evening for the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows right here on EST. Coverage gets underway at 7. Regular season puck drop this afternoon from Prague between the Sabres and Devils. Action gets underway at 1 o'clock. Oil Kings on the road for a pair this weekend. They're in Brandon tonight before visiting the Pats tomorrow. 5 games around the AJHL tonight, 10 games in the BCHL, including Sherwood Park at home to Spruce Grove, Black Falls visiting Cranbrook, and Okotoks on the road in Penticton. Pete Alonso's go-ahead 3-run shot the ninth, sending the Mets to the NLDS. They double up the Brewers 4-2. Divisional rounds start tomorrow at 11:08 when the Guardians host the Tigers. And some Golden Bears action this weekend. The football team hosts UBC tonight from Footfield. Kickoff is at 7. And puck drop on the Golden Bears regular season tonight. They're on the road against Grant McEwen. The wait is over. Sit and Sleep is now open. Celebrate with 20,000 square feet of savings on the trendiest furniture, home decor, and mattresses. Apply for your Sit and Sleep card today to make no payment for 18 months interest-free and be entered to win your purchase up to $5,000 on furniture and home decor next to Planet Fitness in South Edmonton Comp.
Another one rides the bus. Grab your lunches and your electronic devices and your cell phone. Another one rides the bus. You're gonna run into your teachers and your principals. You're gonna see your friends and talk about your summers. Another one rides the bus. Just remember, you're not allowed to use your cell phones in class. Give your parents 8 hours of their day kid-free. And congratulations to ST in the afternoon. Another one rides the bus. Welcome back to school, everybody.
We don't need no education.
There you go. That's a Teef John T remix. Another one rides the bus. We are live today. We are out at South Fort Chevrolet, and we are now joined by the GM of South Fort, Daniel Heesing. He pops by today. Daniel, thanks for having us out, man.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it. Okay, we got to talk about the Nerf stuff first because I brought my guys today. But look at this thing. Look at this thing. Look at this. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. How does this thing work? This is amazing. Tommy, go stand over there. Yeah. I'm kidding, Tommy. That's so there we go. Yeah. Go to top. Whoa! Oh yeah! Jeez, look at that thing. This is cool. This is awesome.
It's quite the machine.
I gotta shoot this thing. Tommy, stay right there.
And then push down.
Oh, push down. This is awesome. How many shots does this thing have? This is sick.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, where'd you find that thing?
Can't tell you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that should legally be in the country, man. Like, man. So where's the love of Nerf? Bring the mic up. Like, where's the love of Nerf come from?
You know what? It started out with like one gun.
Okay.
And
as a child or as an adult?
Here at work, trying to keep the guys in line, and every Secret Santa gift or birthday gift just turned into another Nerf gun, and eventually we had to put a wall up in my office to keep them all up there. So
I think it's absolutely amazing. Yeah. So you built a wall just for the guns?
Yes. Yeah.
I gotta see this.
Put them on display.
How does it? You don't. This one gets displayed in the corner.
One just goes in the corner. Yeah, that's the centerpiece. So
that's that X Shot. This is a good brand. That's all the X Shot stuff that I brought up today too.
If you buy a car out of the showroom, you very well might find a Nerf dart somewhere under the hood.
They're just that's how it works.
They're everywhere.
Oh, that's terrific, man. So tell us a little bit about South Fort Chev. You guys have been great partners for us. We really appreciate it. How long have you been here? What's the history?
So I've been here now 12 years.
Okay.
So I started as a lot attendant.
Is that so? You're work your way up, eh?
Yeah, worked my way up. So family owned, amazing family that runs the place, and just a ton of fun. Oh boy.
Oh no! Oh no! Jeez, Gazzola. Tommy, here, give me that, and then go stand over there. Look at Gazzola rolling out with this thing. Rick, you getting a picture of it?
I got a picture. I want a video of these shots too.
I've never seen one like that.
The full power.
Now that's not loaded.
Is that loaded?
That's dead. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. I'm gonna go get a picture in front of this wall later on. Maybe we should have done the show right in front of the wall.
No kidding. Eh?
Yeah. No, that's pretty good. So I've been chatting a lot with Claire and stuff, and you guys are pretty big about the community.
Yes.
Fort Saskatchewan.
Yeah, that's super important to us. So I was born and raised in Fort Saskatchewan.
Okay.
So it's definitely important to me, and as a dealership, it's kind of just part of our core values here.
What's a market like nowadays? Like, is it like media? Like, is it hot? Is it where we at? Yeah, it's good.
No, it's good. Interest rates are better than they've been. Discounts are back. The last few years with COVID, everything was kind of just full price or nothing. But
oh, really? Okay, so now there's like that wiggle room that you used to have before.
Discounts. There's some interest rates. Trade values are awesome, so it's a really great time.
And that must make things easier for you guys.
Definitely,
like,
it's always nice to give a good deal.
Yeah. So what was it like coming out of the pandemic with cars? Like, what was the
crazy?
Was it?
Just inventory was tough. We were running out of vehicles every month.
Yeah,
pre-selling stuff
because you couldn't really get stuff in. And,
nothing. Yeah, and it's still
because like lots all across the city were just like empty. Like you're just empty. Yeah.
Yeah, our front lot some months there was nothing left.
Seriously.
So yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah, that's nuts. What about fantasy football? I know you guys. So who's the commission of the league? And stuff around here?
I don't know if I want to talk about that. I'm 0-4 right now.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, my team's been a little bit.
I shouldn't laugh.
Well, what do we got? Like,
that is hilarious.
See the roster.
Well, let's see. So Josh Allen.
What? You're 0-4 with Josh Allen. Yeah, he's had a couple good games.
Bijan, disappointing.
Yeah, you know what? Last night he killed me.
Last night,
9 points, ridiculous.
Ayuk, disappointing.
He's been disappointing.
Massive contract, and he gets the ball thrown.
Still, I mean, that's 3 guys you'd probably be happy with at the draft. Like
Addison.
Yeah, he's hitting this. He had 2 touchdowns last week. I think.
Laporta.
Oh man, I took Laporta in my Superflex draft. I stacked him with Jared Goff. I was like the Goff Laporta stack.
Yeah.
I'm 1-3 in that league now.
Yeah.
So
I'm in a battle for last place this week. Me and one of the sales managers, Josh, we're both 0-4.
He also sucks.
Somebody's in last place. Somebody's in last place at the end of this one.
Who is it? Do you have a 4-0? Is there a 4-0?
There is a 4-0.
Give me this 4-0 team.
There is a 4-0.
Who's the 4-0 guy?
Let's see. Bradley.
What's he do?
He's part of the family that owns the
okay.
So
all right. Okay.
We maybe let him win.
A family guy. Yeah, exactly.
Let him win.
He makes great trades all year.
Yeah, he's got Saquon, Gibbs. Who else does he have?
Nice.
Godwin, Metcalf. I don't know.
Who's his quarterback?
Daniels.
Oh yeah, I got Daniels in my spite league that I'm trying to win.
I don't think I deserve to be 0-4, but
it happens. Now, look, there have been stories. I've heard of stories in the past where teams have started 0-4 and have worked their way back into it. Worked their way back into it. Do you think I would fit in one of these Corvettes?
Absolutely.
Really?
I have to take one for a drive after.
Yes, sir.
Oh, now
I would really. So I would fit in that. I'm 6'5", really.
Definitely. We might have to put the roof down, but
well, that's I'd be okay with that. I was where was it? It was earlier this season in the spring. I was driving down to fly to Calgary to go to a preseason game in Vancouver, and my wife had been driving one of my parents, like an old Trailblazer.
Yeah.
And I was driving it down back to Cranbrook, and I was going to leave it in Calgary for my parents, and it died in Red Deer. And I was like, oh, but it was like 20 years old. And my dad's like, I got you a rental car in Red Deer. Go pick it up. I was like, okay. So I get the tow truck driver to drop off the vehicle in Red Deer. My parents are going to take care of it. I go and get this rental car, and I swear to God, this rental car, the only way I could drive it, and it had like a little sunroof. The only way I could drive it was with the sunroof, and I felt like Fred Bloody Flintstone. Like my head, like the hair was like flying out of the sunroof, man. It was that was a tough look. So what's your go-to out here? Like if somebody's looking for something, when you say what is your go-to vehicle out here?
Trucks are bread and butter.
That's a big one.
That's the biggest one for us. Trucks.
Shane in a Vac Truck says, I actually have bought a truck from Daniel before. Solid guy, not pushy at all. Pre-Nerf gun Daniel.
Pre-Nerf gun Daniel, yeah.
There's a before and after. But
is post-Nerf gun Daniel different? Is that
maybe? I might be a little pushier.
A little more now, eh? Yeah.
Might be a little pushier. So with this, like for you guys, like, do you bring in a lot of rural business?
Yes.
Just because they are like, I would think trucks rural. In the area, like that makes sense.
We have a lot of plants around here as well.
Okay.
So Dow, Shell, Sherritt.
So you do some business like with the company? Like
exactly.
That's all right then.
No, the community out here is booming right
That's
now.
A pretty good idea to do then. Yeah, right on, man. Well, thanks a lot for hopping on.
Yeah, no, thanks for having
I like
me.
your Nikes. I've just recently become a Nike guy.
Love it.
These are my first ones I ever got.
Nice.
They're Air Force Ones apparently.
Cool.
And I have to say, like I'm 43 now. I can't believe how comfortable these are.
Very.
Like I don't know. I always thought people got them for style.
Yeah.
But Nikes are extremely comfortable. They're really nice. And the company really took off when it got a deal done with LeBron, right? Like that's when Nike really sort of got the big boost.
That documentary aside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's good. Well, thanks a lot for having us up. Thanks a lot for being a partner.
Pleasure.
Absolutely love it. Thanks for having this Nerf gun obsession. I'm definitely going to come into the office later and check this out. So somebody actually texted me and said they had one of these, and they're like, "Do you want to take it out and shoot them?" And then the fact that you rolled out with that, what a twist!
Couldn't believe it.
What a Nerf gun twist! No, that's terrific. So yeah, pickups, man. If you're looking for a truck, Let's say you have a vehicle right now. You're looking for a truck. It's like a 10-minute drive from the east end of the city. Swing on out here. Bring in your vehicle. They'll give you an extra $1,000 credit on the trade-in, and drive out of here with one of these sick pickup trucks that they got out here right now. Or you want to be a spicy little boy or girl, you get yourself one of these Corvettes.
Spencer 560 says Corvettes have always fit larger folks. Good. It's made for Americans. Strummy also. Ashley and I bought a Duramax Trail Boss a couple months ago from Daniel. We've been doing business with him for years. He's
a Duramax
awesome.
Trail Boss.
Unbelievably awesome.
Oh, that must be a powerful ride.
Strummy testimonial.
Yeah, no, that's real nice. I guess it's not Chev, but I was conceived in a Trans Am.
Let's time for the story.
Yeah,
I think again.
Well, no, that's the story. I'm not getting into any further detail. Once my buddies found that story out, they called me Trans Am for like all of grade 12.
That's a solid.
It was a good nickname. That was a good nickname.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to hang out with Trans Am tonight. Like that's a pretty cool nickname if I do say so myself. Raj says, "Hey Dusty, buy that Corvette, then plant some EST decals on it. Problem solved." Yeah, because then you can just say, "Oh, it's a business expense," and you get it for free. Basically, isn't that how that works?
Shaved off, eh?
Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. That's good, but no, it's gonna be a great day out here. If you got plans in the area, swing on by. I know a bunch of people live in Fort Sask. Hopefully, they pop by today as well. And like I mentioned, on top of everything else that we're usually talking about, South Fort Chev, a few of the things going on here today. Fort Sask AAA U17 team is going to be on site here helping with the barbecue. And they've got the Slapshot radar booths come out so you can come out and test your clapper. And then I already see that truck starting to fill up a little bit here. The Boys and Girls Club of Fort Sask are going to be on site, and they are accepting donations for the youth sports programming. And they're in need of school snacks for kids that partake in their program. So, pop on by. Maybe you got some at the house you haven't been got into yet, or pop by, pick some stuff up. And drop it off and help out the Boys and Girls Club of Fort Sask out here at South Fort Chev today. German pretzels and brats are going to be in the house in the afternoon as well. Swing on by. And if you've never been here, it's 10109 89th Ave in Fort Sask. Bronco Nick says, Dusty, you lease the Corvette and can write off the lease payments through the company.
Aha.
Interesting stuff.
Skirting old HR daddy.
Shrimply Snailogical. Never seen them before in the chat. They said $1,000 trade-in bonus. Yeah, basically they'll give you an extra $1,000 credit on your trade-in if you bring your trade-in out here and purchase a new vehicle. So you got that going on as well. How about that? Did you read the Spency 5 Centsy one in the Colorado?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. 310 kilometers. My goodness, my truck's just about to hit 100. It's very close to 100 right now.
Or no, not that. I read a prior Spency 5 Centsy one, but I haven't read that one. Haven't needed to buy a new vehicle for a while. For plus 310 kilometers on my Chevy Colorado, going for another 300. It's been
imagine putting 600 kilometers on a vehicle,
and that's right there, the Colorado.
I thought this was a Bison.
Well, it's a Bison.
Oh, Bison Colorado version. 300K. You must drive a lot.
Like a rock. Oh, like a rock. Right? The commercials?
Yeah. That's a classic commercial. You know one thing we didn't get to today? We talked about the McDavid rant, but we didn't talk about his fear of ketchup. Did you see this? Greg Wyshynski.
Makes sense.
Yesterday. The documentary comes out today. Greg Wyshynski yesterday said a few things that you're going to learn from it. A lot of these media types got a little bit of a sneak peek at it. Where's the one from Wyshynski? Basically, Connor McDavid is like afraid of ketchup,
and the personal chef will sneak bottles of ketchup to Lauren.
To Lauren, yeah,
to the table for when he's not looking. Can't even be looking.
See, so this is. Yeah, here it is. Some great scenes with Connor McDavid at home with Lauren Kyle, who makes perhaps the greatest revelation of the entire series. Connor is afraid of ketchup. Their personal chef sneaks her bottles of ketchup at the table for when he's not looking. And you're not going to believe this. And it's out now. All 6 episodes are available. Episodes 5 and 6 are about the Stanley Cup final, and apparently very revealing about McDavid. I think it'll probably. We had Chris Johnston on today, who's one of our new insiders today. A dog walked by?
It's great time.
Family friendly place.
This is quite a place.
Anyway. I'm going to shoot that dog. Yeah. Anyway, one of the things is that he's like afraid of ketchup, and it sounds ridiculous, but I know another person who's afraid of ketchup.
Was that the tweet that you had attached there? Okay, I would have never thought.
So Britt Dort, who does sidelines for CFL and TSN, covers the Riders for CTV. She too, and I heard this first time this year. We're at the Elephant and Castle in Winnipeg, actually. And I was having some chicken tendies and fries, grabbed the ketchup. She goes, "Oh, get that away from me." I said, "What are you talking about?"
Get it away.
She goes, I can't be around ketchup. I said, "Come on." And we like put it next. She's like, "No, get it away from me." So we moved it away. And I thought, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
She's allergic.
No, she's not allergic. She's not allergic. It's not like Tommy Gazzola is trying to kill her with some ketchup and she's allergic. So she's not allergic, but she just like is deathly afraid of ketchup, which makes no sense to me.
It's sugar.
But then when I hear so it's not like Connor doesn't like ketchup.
No.
I think it's the same thing. He's afraid of ketchup. So I have to ask, how do you become afraid of a condiment? Like, I get you don't like the taste. I get you don't put it on anything. It looks a little slimy to you, but how can you be like afraid of it? That blows my mind.
Like the opposite reaction to you in Trans Ams, right? Like it's kind of it must have been a prior experience, in childhood or something, a ketchup calamity, catastrophe. Maybe somebody pretended that ketchup was blood. Or his
and
dad used ketchup, dressed up as a ketchup bottle for Halloween one year and was like, "Oh, I'm a ketchup," and it scared him. Are you at all concerned that he's letting the league see him sweat? He is now...
Because of the ketchup thing.
Now everybody knows.
I mean, if I was a Calgary Flames fans, I'd have all this ketchup jokes and stuff.
I would hope that people kind of, in terms of the fun of it all, but I'm not saying that him getting scared.
I can't wait for the first person to be like, the Oilers are never going to win a cup because their captain's afraid of ketchup. It's going to be a thing if they don't win a cup this year.
Bone says the Heinz ketchup packet incident of 2002 scared a lot of people.
Yeah,
not just McDavid. So maybe
Duck Dad's in it says maybe he had a pet drown in a vat of ketchup as a kid. I like the idea of why is Connor McDavid afraid of ketchup?
Something
Long
happened.
answers only.
Yeah, exactly.
This is
Are there any right ones?
Like Raj is in it says, guys, I also had a coworker that was terrified of bananas, would leave the room if one was there. It's definitely interesting.
I'm not a big fan of bananas. I hate them.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be like, I can't be in the room. Like, maybe it's weird to me.
Vier Montenegro says ketchup boarded. Maybe he was
ketchup boarded as a child.
Yeah,
it was knoblock in Erie.
But it is now. It is a bit of a tell. I mean, people are going to be all over this. Or maybe
I would.
Maybe they're not.
I'd be chirping
if you're an
so
opposition
hard.
fan, absolutely. You know a flame that's scared of mustard. You'd be mustard all over the place.
I'm afraid of heights.
But it's
like,
not,
I don't
it's
like
not like
heights.
an object that you say, oh,
no, that's the thing. Are you afraid of any inanimate object?
I don't like heights because it makes me dizzy.
Yeah, I don't like heights because if I fall from here, I'm going to die.
I get a vertigo type of thing. But I'm not like,
yeah. I mean, it's crazy to me.
Well, after that F-bomb laden rant, you wouldn't think he'd be scared of anything. Save a condiment.
That's a good point, man. This guy here is scared of ketchup. I just don't get it.
Right now. Right now. Right now.
Wait, I gotta go here. Connor McDavid to somebody who puts ketchup at the table and he wants them to get rid of it.
Right now. Right now. Right now. I know this happened so many times. But that's not good enough. Finals. Dig the in right now. Whatever the you have. That is not good enough. Let's go get one win at home. One win, and we'll see what happens. But dig the in.
Probably going to be your sound of the day, too, I guess.
Somebody said next time Gazdick is on, you should ask him if he knows.
Yeah, he lived with them.
Maybe there was a ketchup incident.
Yeah, we're going to have to. Maybe there is.
We're on the case.
You know what? Let's make a note of that.
Yeah. Good text, whoever you are.
Penner's Pancake says The Undertaker is deathly scared of cucumbers. He revealed that on an interview at one point.
Something, we're missing something, right? Like there's something.
I watched the first episode of the McMahon thing.
Okay. I'm on.
And then I watched half the second part of it too.
Okay, yeah.
It's more about wrestling than McMahon, which I'm kind of digging. But he still creeps me out how he looks.
They do the whole Montreal screw job with Bret Hart. The whole double side of the stories there. Keep going. T. Wilson says,
I'm gonna watch it.
You got ketchup in your eye.
I'm gonna watch it.
Maybe you got ketchup in his eye. It's like pepper spray. So maybe again it was a physical thing, and now it's a mental thing.
Big Maple says, guys, he must have been picturing everyone in that locker room as ketchup bottles.
Doused.
Just that's what he's raging like that. That's okay. That's good. All right, 780-218-9999. Let's get into the. I just noticed that Trev is at the top of the screen in just the littlest, smallest window ever.
Yeah.
How long, Trev? How long you been lurking up there, buddy? I'm curious. How long has this been?
I think the whole third hour.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
That's okay.
You, sir, are a creeper.
I didn't want to be like, I just wanted to, I don't know, the nasties were having fun with it. I thought it'd be fun.
I didn't see you up there, and then ergo, I see you.
Yep. That's me. I was just waving. Yeah, that was fun. I wanted to feel like, I was part of the conversation, and I am, and so it was kind of cool. I just was chilling and doing some funny things. When the guy pointed the Nerf gun, I was like putting my hands up. I thought that was funny. But yeah.
All right, let's get into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, and actually this thing right here.
Yeah.
This is a William Huff special right here. Boom. You're going to love this. Makes you look professional when you're on the road. And William Huff can do that. They've been doing it since 1952. Which is a lot of on locations for various businesses. WilliamHuff.com. What did we learn on the show today, boys? Trev, go ahead.
I go ahead. Yeah, I guess what we're just talking about. I had no idea. It kind of annoys me because that is my favorite condiment is ketchup.
It's also my favorite condiment. I think it goes first overall in the draft.
Yeah, like I'm curious if he just doesn't like it or if he's actually terrified of it. And if he is terrified of it, like I don't know.
If he didn't like it, he wouldn't be like they wouldn't have to hide it from him at the table unless he's a tyrant.
Yeah, so like I don't know. That's kind of annoying. I don't like that. So I learned that McDavid is scared of ketchup.
What'd you learn, Rick? I learned that there's like a two-handed Nerf gun that comes on a tripod. I was never familiar with that before, and it blew my mind, and it was very cool.
I didn't learn anything about the NFL
because Herm
was.
Yeah, we didn't get Herm on today, so we didn't learn anything about the NFL. I'm gonna have to text Herm every single day, I think, or like every Thursday before they hit. I think that's probably the best plan of attack there. I have to see says, guys, I watched the last 2 episodes of Mr. McMahon last night. The episodes really highlight how terrible of father, husband, and person he is. Won't be surprised if he spends the rest of his life in jail. Yeah, but I also don't know if he'd change anything. I think some people just sacrifice however their life ends for having what they deemed as a good life.
As he repeats repeatedly, he's a businessman. It's business. It's all business.
That Owen guy's in and says, guys, my 14 Sierra is over 350K. Previously, I had an 05 Chevy Blazer. Last I talked to that guy, he's still running at over 650,000 kilometers. Incredible run. Incredible run. All right, let's get to your sound of the day. We're going straight back. We're going straight back to the rally cry from Connor McDavid. Sound of the day.
Right now. Right now. Right now. I know that's happened so many times. That's not good enough. Finals. Dig the in right now. Whatever the you have. That is not good enough. Let's go get one win at home. One win, and we'll see what happens. But dig the in.
That's why I'm curious on the documentary, and I'm definitely going to watch at least episodes 5 and 6 this weekend. Did they show his reaction after a Game 3 loss? Right? That's how it was after Game 2. I'm very curious to see. They went home and lost one. What was his reaction like after Game 3? I really want to see that.
Just a death stare.
I just have a hard time believing that he goes off like that again. I mean, yeah, he just right around the room, every single guy right in the eyes.
Be different.
Text of the day today is for A&W. The A&W collabing with Ruffles to bring you the Ruffles Crunch Team Burger. Your favorite team burger, your favorite Ruffles cheddar and sour cream chips combined into one unique taste. Sensation. Try it in all its team burger glory or crunch into its equally tasty sidekick, the Ruffles Crunch Buddy Burger. There's an A&W just around the corner here from South Ford Chefs. So swing on out, see us, hit up the A&W. Try one today at your neighborhood A&W. Text of the day today is going to go to Lacombe Drew. Minor hockey team manager when the bottle drive doesn't reach its fundraising goal.
Whatever the you have! That is not being good enough.
That works.
Here's our bottles.
Real well.
Whatever you have, that is not good enough. That's funny. Lacombe Drew, congratulations, buddy. You have won text of the day, gift certificate to A&W. Take your boy to A&W. Have some fun there. Senior Boot says, guys, 2008 GMC Sierra, 450,000 KMs. Still going strong. Dang. Pretty impressive KMs they're putting on. Oh, I'm hopping on a show this afternoon. I forgot about this.
Where are you going?
Sports Cage.
The Cage.
The Cage.
With Barney and Derek.
Yeah, that'll be fun. 5:30 today. I'll check that out. We're going to be here all day from 6 to 6. Maddie, what are you switching up? Oh, for this. Makes sense. I like it. Hangouts coming up. You, Glue Guy, Tommy Gazzola? Oh, beautiful. All right, excellent. That's good. You got to ask her about her monitor. Look, she's got the biggest monitor of all time in there. Look at the size of that monitor.
Holy heck.
You see that thing? It's like from the Starship Enterprise on the Star Trek show. Huge monitor. That's crazy. All right, that's going to do it for the Nielsen Show today. I'll be back with the Lock Shop right here from South Ford Chevrolet. We'll have the oil stream right here today as well. Final preseason game today. What are we still watching for when it comes to the Edmonton Oilers? We will get into that. Pre- and post-game tonight as well for GCL Diesel with Tommy Gazzola and the Latino Heat, Hernan Salas. But stick around for the hangout. I'll be back on the Lock Shop. And, Glue Guy should have been here when I was shooting Tommy Gazzola with bullets. Did you text HR Danny? But it was for the bit.
You took him like a champ. I mean,
Tommy, respectfully. I can't do it. That's too close. That's too close. I'm going to aim for this Ecolab thing over here. Boom.
Message
Boom. Ooh, it came right back. I'm on fire. All right. It's going to be a fun day out here at South Ford Chevrolet. Swing on by. Drop off some school snacks. We're going to try to fill this truck over here to help out Boys and Girls Club of Fort Sask as well. If you're watching on YouTube, turn on autoplay. I'll take you right on over to the Hangout. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or EdmontonSportsTalk.com, just keep listening. Hangout will be firing up in less than 5 minutes for Lieutenant Eric and little YouTube Trev up in the corner over there. I am Dustin Nielsen. I'll talk to you in the Lock Shop. Take it easy.